Yeah.
Welcome to Top 4. My name is Peter. I'm an Arsenal fan, joined by Ernest, a Man United fan.
Hey, Shameless FC, where we at? Back. Till I die, right? You get me? Get Benny the Butcher's album.
What the heck? I'm joined by Robinho, bro, a Manchester United fan.
3-1. It's happening again, boys. I believe it's happening again. Rashford.
Nah, PSG 3-1.
Okay. I'm joined by Oscar, Chelsea fan.
Timo Werner FC. You already know what it is. That's it. That's all I have to say.
My AD, a Liverpool fan.
Got to pour some Henny in the ground from my boy VVD, but we moved. The show must go on.
Yeah.
Oh my days! I'm joined by David, a Arsenal fan.
Can we please free Aubameyang, please?
Free him from the wing, yeah? And I'm joined by a special guest, Lola in the building, an Arsenal fan.
What's up?
Oh.
What is happening? You're an Arsenal fan. What made you become an Arsenal fan? Where did it begin? How long have you been a fan for?
I've loved football since I was a kid, so I used to play it. And then there was a black man in Arsenal. So I was like, well, I'll support Arsenal.
I hear that.
What era are we talking? What period are we talking about?
What was I in? What 2000? Late 90s? Because like no one in my family really watches football. I liked football.
Right.
My cousins were Man United fans. They were annoying, so I said I'm not picking them.
I hear that.
The other one.
I hear that. What are you? What ends are you from? Like, are you from London? Are you from the UK? Where are you from?
South London.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm giving him that look as well. I'm from the UK.
Well, you never know. You live in the UK. How can I assume that? Huh?
Southeast.
Southeast London.
Southeast. Where's Southeast?
Southeast. Don't worry about the rest.
That's a bit hot. Pete. That's a bit hot.
I'm not trying to get my head up. I'm just saying.
Hey, Peter's a fed, bro.
Listen. Oh my days! Let's kick it off at the Etihad anyway. When Manchester City won, Arsenal 0. David, the first question I'll ask you is: Arteta cut out for this job at Arsenal?
Where do I start? Yeah? Like in this era of philosophies, bruv, yeah. Like, what is our philosophy, blood? What is it? This is a man who was, bruv, a centurion under Guardiola, bruv. Is this what you learn, guys? That's what you learn, bruv. Real talk, bruv. Yeah? And I told you, man, yeah? Why is Willian playing as a striker, blood?
Oh, God.
Can we speak on that?
Yeah.
Can we speak on that today?
Why is false number 9? That's what Guardiola taught you, yeah? Swear down.
No, on a real, yeah. In what world, yeah, where there's no Lacazette, no Nketiah, that Aubameyang still doesn't play as the centre forward? Where? What country am I living in? What is Lola? What's going on? Why on earth did Willian do the false 9? What? Why?
I said before, because I was of the belief that I think the comparisons between Arteta and Mikel made no sense because they don't play the same. But I think the one thing he did pick up from Pep was overthinking. Because the way he sets things up, you could clearly see, he thought, okay, we beat them once in the cup. I can't do the same thing again. Let me overdo this thing. Let me put things in place that needs to be there. And that's what happened. He overthought it, where the simplest thing would have just been to put Willian on the left or Saka on the left and Oba down the middle, which is what he did in the Sheff Utd game when we actually played well, was Oba down the middle. Even in this game, the only kind of time Oba actually looked good was when he found himself in the middle. So it's one of those things I just overthought the game, which is what Pep does all the time. I think that's the only similarity between both. They overthink it, and that's what happened. He overthought it. And then
I still question why Saka's still playing wing back.
He's not.
He didn't play wing back.
He was in the middle, wasn't he, of the three?
Yeah, he was in midfield.
He played in the 3.
The times I was watching him, I was like, why are you still
but
back? He forward.
He kind of was.
He was. it was like technically, I think it's one of those things where when we had to defend, he helped out. If you watch the game, he was mainly either playing like left centre mid or winger, which is literally where he's supposed to be playing. That's his best position, in my opinion. He's a left centre. He's the left sided of a midfield three. I want him to play anyway.
In my opinion, watching the game, like throughout the whole time, it looks like Arsenal were trying to keep their shape, like throughout just keep that formation and move with how City are playing, which played to the detriment of that, because as the team moves, you allowed City's players to go into that space where you moved off, and that's how I feel like they kept constantly counter-attacking you in that same place. Yes, you were sturdy and you kept on defending the ball well. I feel like Sterling's goal was a little bit lucky, little bit.
No, there is a mug, bruv.
Yeah, but I feel like it was lapse of concentration because it easily went
now, bruv.
No, but you guys have to admit, it was a brilliant assist from Leno, top tier. He just placed it into Sterling's hands. It was brilliant. Brilliant.
Look at this.
Question needs to start because when you nonsense keepers, you can't talk. So shush.
No. I can't. The thing is, when it comes to Kepa, when it comes to Kepa, we all know Kepa is trash. Let me go.
We're gonna come to Kepa, my friend. Don't worry.
When it comes to Kepa, we all know how bad he is. Yeah, we're not under any illusions. Yeah, but when it comes to Leno has mistakes in him, and Arsenal fans want to deny that every time.
No one's denying that. I think every Arsenal fan with sense, every Arsenal. I put a caveat there. The ones with sense are very aware that Leno has a mistake in him. But realistically, if you look,
can you try to Peter for me because he doesn't seem to agree with that.
Hang on a minute. No, go on. Continue.
Pretty much every keeper, including the best, have mistakes in them. So I'm not judging them on the mistakes. It's the frequency of it. For the most part, he does what he needs to do. Right. And mistakes aren't his fault. So I'm not going to go mental because he parried it in there. Because realistically, we should have scored because Edison was really good in this game, which I think people were ignoring that.
Yeah.
Saka should have had a good score. And that was just literally he did everything right. But Edison saved it. Oba could have scored. He saved it again. So it's like one of those things where we weren't brilliant. But also, Edison was good. And one of the things I had an issue with was, I think this is an Arteta thing, because Kyle Walker was on smoke the entire game.
He was.
And the way we set up played perfectly for Kyle Walker to nullify Aubameyang. So the simplest thing would have just been put Aubameyang down the middle. I sat there in the room with my hat, just sitting there thinking, so is he going to stay on the left the entire game then? So I'm seeing Walker every time. I'm like, can you switch it, please? Because I see him and I'm like, this is not funny anymore. Because literally, Diaz and they weren't brilliant, in my opinion. They were good, but they weren't brilliant. You put Aubameyang on one of them, he's getting in. He got in by playing in the middle, and then he went back to the wing.
It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. And the thing is, if I'm gonna see Aubameyang on the left wing, let it be for somebody who's got 3 and 3, aka Alex Lacazette. Because it's like, no, listen. I'm not saying Lacazette should play, but if Aubameyang's gonna be on the left, I better not see anybody else but that number 9 up there. Do you know what I'm saying? Because what's Lacazette done to lose his place? Let's be honest. He hasn't played a few games now, so I don't know what's happening now. Where
was it the miss against Liverpool?
Well, I mean, you could say that he played the League Cup, I think, at Liverpool the following couple of days. He played in that game. Do
you know why he was dropped? Because look what he did when he came on. What did he do? Was he even there?
But did you see his expression when he come on? Like Arteta was like, for real, yeah? You're going to bring me in this place?
Hey, guys, by the way, Leeds are balling out, you know.
Oh, yeah, by the way, the Monday Night Football is on. Leeds United Wolves. And Leeds are ripping Wolves apart, blood. But they've already had a disallowed goal. But anyway. But, you know, for me, it's like, okay, I don't, like, obviously, like, I think you're spot on with that, Lola, in terms of the overthinking. And I'm worried about that. Because at Anfield this season, do you remember on the pod, I was really down. I was beaten on Saturday. Because on Saturday, I was like, there was 1 year you're going to beat Man City when Aguero, who's been out for 4 months, has just walked in. There's no Kevin De Bruyne. Need I say more? You signed Thomas Partey and he gets 8 minutes. What are you talking about? Ruben Diaz was bought at like midnight, right, and played against Leeds the next day.
I'm not gonna
You
lie,
know, the party lasted 8 minutes.
I wasn't shocked that party didn't start. The lineup that they picked.
That's true. I wasn't shocked he started. I was surprised he didn't come on.
The lineup he picked, was the one I thought he'd pick, minus the Willian enforced nine. I thought it would be Nketiah, not Willian, so that was just a madness. But I assumed he'd come on earlier, though. That was my only issue. Because I think about 5 minutes in the second half, I was like, okay, I need to see Willian off for Partey and then switch it to a 3. Like, so it would be Saka, Ramian.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie to the pair of you, yeah? David and Lola, yeah? Arteta, he's on a yellow card, bro. He's on a yellow card.
Man, it's from
He's on a yellow card. I'll tell you why.
That is nuts.
I'll tell you why.
Come on, Pete. Come on.
I'll tell you why. Let me explain. I'll tell you why. He's been at the job 10 months. He doesn't know his first 11. That's problem number one. Problem number two, why have we got square pegs in round holes? Why are we constantly in the situation where our players are not playing where they're supposed to be playing? Number 3, Mesut Ozil is not in the Premier League squad or the Europa League squad. I don't want to hear it. We don't even create chances no more. Well, no, Sherlock. Of course we don't create chances because the one that creates the most chances is not in the side. He's not in the squad, right? We were there trying to chase for Aouar, yet we've got another one of them sitting at the back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, forget spending all that money there. You did well. You spent the money on Partey. And with that, and for years upon years, we talked about Arsenal's spine, their gutless, their whatever else, right? You bought Partey, you bought a centre-half, right? You've done good business. But Arteta, honestly, anyone in this group here knows that the game against Leicester next weekend, Arteta's going to have a different team than what we would select. And that's really annoying me. It's really annoying me. Would you have selected what happened on Saturday night?
I think you're over it. I think you're doing a little bit. Like I said before, I literally, apart from the Willian thing, the lineup is exactly what I thought the lineup was going to be because he does it all the time. It's not new. So this whole he doesn't know his best 11 thing is nonsense because he literally it's the same thing all the time. That's slightly the issue.
Really?
Is it?
I don't think. And yet we all come up with a back 5.
No, I'm saying it because what he's been doing. I'm basing it off what he's been doing, not what we want. What we want is different from what he's going to do. So for what I'm seeing from what he's played, the only shocker was Willian and the false 9. Other than that, he's been playing the same team.
No, he does alternate between like Saka and Maitland-Niles. You don't really know who's getting a start there. There's a few ones here and there.
That has been mainly Saka recently. The only one that has been interchanging is Nketiah and Lacazette. Other than that, before Partey, it's been pretty much the same thing. I'm not saying too far yet because I don't think it's been as mad. I think people are expecting him to be some miracle worker. And in realistic terms, he has been. Because what everyone has been saying for time, our players have been like lambasted with the target of uncoachable. And he's managed to get a bag of crap playing halfway decent.
Yeah, true.
I agree. But the thing for me is that
his job is mad. And the Ozil thing, I'm not putting on him. The man is his manager, but he's not in charge of it. That's a board situation. That's them lot. That's not Arteta.
Guys, can I get some comments before we come back to this conversation?
One thing on that, Oscar, is that I agree he's worked miracles with what he's had so far. But the reason why it's just like with that Pep, if anybody was against Pep for some reason, it's that thing of like Arteta will go to a game now. Look, like say for example, we got Leeds away. Yeah, he's gonna go there very cautious. I'm sick of being too cautious, being shook of all these teams. Whereby I get you need to use smarts, I get you need to use your brain and all that sort of thing, and I'm with that. But we never take risks now, and it's just a bit like that.
I think it's no.
I think it's early days.
That was just a. What do you mean? I've been watching this since he came.
Yeah, because
he came.
And he's won your FA Cup as well. Like Pete, like for me, time after time, I'm sick and tired of seeing Arsenal go away to these away grounds, get their pants pulled down, and absolutely slapped about. Like what Mikel Arteta has done is he's getting a tune out of the likes of your Xhakas, your El Nenes, who looks like they were dead in the water. So ultimately, when he gets his players in, I reckon it will be an improvement. I think for me, Arteta set up reasonably well. My issue with it was the second half. I thought there was a time in the second half where he should have went for the game. But for you to give the guy a yellow card, he said, "What's he done in 10 months? He's won you guys an FA Cup."
That's not what I mean.
I think he's throwing the baby out of the bathwater.
I didn't give him a yellow card for what has he done in 10 months. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is that you look at the two Liverpool away as well as Man City away. You could say, do you know what? Look at teams like Leeds when they went to Man City and they went to to Anfield. When you look at Leicester City, pulled down City's pants. And to be fair, the Leicester result looks way flattering towards Leicester. It weren't as clear cut as it's shown, but these teams had a go. Like, we're not having a go. I get you. We don't want to go there and get piped 4 and 5, but give me 2 shots on target. Like, that's what I'm asking.
I agree. But bro, Aubameyang had a chance. Saka had a chance, and Pepe should have done better with the header. So potentially, do you think that he set up well enough to carve a couple of chances and he didn't take it?
Bro, City squeezed us all game, man. You come on, it wasn't really. What we got away with is robbing results. We used to rob a few results here and there from the big lot. Right? You can't rob all season.
Yeah, I think what you're forgetting also is whether you want to admit it or not. You said Leicester, you said Leeds. All these men have athletes in their team. Before Partey, we have 0 athletes bar what Saka and maybe Aubameyang when he's running. Everyone else in that midfield, I said it before and I'll say it again. Before Partey came, we had like at least, if not the worst, one of the worst midfields in the entire league.
Without a doubt.
When you're saying Leeds and Leicester had a go at Liverpool and Man City, they had players to do that. You have Xhaka and Ceballos, who, like I said before, Ceballos I think is better than Xhaka, but neither one of them can move. Like, they can't run. And Xhaka is the most easiest person in the Premier League to be pressed. The most moving slightly to his right foot, and you've got him. So when you're just go at people, if we try to go at them the way you want us to go at them, say like no Partey in the team, the goal line would have been a guaranteed 4-0 minimum, because these matches you can't run. So I think you're slightly overdoing it a little bit in terms of what you're expecting us to do. Now, on Leicester, we don't play Partey, then I'll be a bit annoyed. Like, if Partey doesn't start Leicester, then I'll start a bit mad.
I think he will start, but for me, it's not that. Like, Arteta's got a few tools that he can use, and I don't think he drew every tool. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me the tools.
Facts.
Thomas Partey, you bought him for 45 million quid, and he should have started. There's no reason why he does not start that game. Name me a new signing at any football club where they're not starting. Who's not starting?
Was he an international duty?
I'm about to say, have you not looked at Manchester United? Donny van der Beek.
You're going to give me Donny van der Beek. Donny van der Beek doesn't start. But you're going to give me him. You're going to give me Manchester United situation right now. That's the argument.
No, you didn't say. You said name who didn't start. I named you who didn't start.
Fair play.
When we signed Lee Grant, he didn't start.
Of course not, because he wasn't a big signing.
And it's a mug.
Man City signed Ake, started first game. They signed Diaz, next day he started. They signed
back line.
Huh?
They had reasons to start them. Don't get me wrong, I would have started Partey, but it's not unfathomable why he didn't start.
Yeah, it's not.
It's unacceptable when you go to the Etihad. It's unacceptable going to the Etihad.
All right, Peter, let me read some of these comments and then we can come back to that conversation. Boss like Endo, shout out to him. He said, boring Arsenal. They are a rich Stoke. I can't stand them anymore. They're so anti-football. City were there for the taking. Take out the cups, and Arteta's record versus the Big Six is very, very poor. He also said, Oscar got patterned quickly by a guest. Sit down, rude boy. And then we had Footy Agendas who said Arsenal and Arteta can't risk that China money. I think he's talking about when it comes to playing Ozil.
Is that? That's what I'm saying. It's not with Ozil. That is purely Arsenal situation. Their man don't want to risk it, so they're not letting him play. So I'm not giving him that one.
Peter, I think you've been very, very harsh to Mr. Arteta. You've only
a yellow card.
How have I been harsh? Remember when I did this with Emery? Do you remember when I did this with Emery? Yeah, man,
you did like 20 games into the season with Emery
from the start. So that's different.
Oh, no. Let's pump the brakes there. Yeah, he was not trash from the start. 1 point away from the League and the European League final. Listen, do you remember the team? Remember the team that Emery had compared to what Arteta's got now? Let's see. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's see. Do you think? Yeah. Joy, I would love to know what happens at the end of the season. How many points Arteta makes, or how close he is to the Champions League than Emery was. What Emery's done in the long run, you look back and think, flipping out. Oh, trust me.
You know why? Because Emery has been dead since he left. Was it Sevilla? He was dead at PSG. He was dead the he left at PSG. He wasn't good when he came here. He was doing nonsensicals, and it was obvious to see. He got away with it because he got a run, like what some managers get run, like the Ollie run that happened before. He got a run. Some idiots got gassed by him, so Arsenal. Anyone with sense would have seen it was nonsensical. We were scraping those ones. It was luck. There wasn't any tactical nows. There wasn't any kind of things he was doing. It was pure luck. The man had zero respect in any. No one liked him. No one respected him.
That is so harsh, man. Are you forgetting the end of that season, his first year?
I don't care. He was. PSG are the ones we meant to be. That's a guaranteed winner. You lost. I don't care if Monaco had all them man. You lost to children. No ratings.
Boss like Endo said Emery was outstanding for Arsenal until the final 8 games of the 2019 season.
No, he was good. He was good in his first 6 months.
Emery was good up until that last 8 games, as Boss like is saying, bro. Like even by the way, who's top of the league in La Liga right now?
What's the goal difference?
We'll move on. No, we'll move on. He's top. If they show the league now, Emery's Villarreal is top of the league.
The goal difference is 0. I've seen it myself. I've seen it.
Let me jump in, yeah?
Yeah, go shoot.
Jump in, bruv, yeah? Emery was good. When he went down full is when he went with Emery and Thing. Who was the other one?
Well,
Oneni and Guendouzi. I'll never forget it. And he played Jenkinson.
That's when it was done at it. Emery, move on. I don't want to talk about him. His era is gone. I don't care about him, bruv. He's done. I'm not. My problem with Arteta, yeah, fine. He came in midway during the season. All right, cool. FA Cup, calm. Man did his thing, make sure big games, tighten it up. Good, cool. Fam, my issue with thing is your stupidity, bruv, yeah? Aguero, yeah? At Man City, he's top record goal scorer, bruv. Guardiola comes in, yeah? Is he not playing up front, scoring goals?
100%.
Vardy, same thing. Nigel Pearson, Claudio Ranieri, now thing. Up front, bruv. No left thing. He's a striker, bish back, bro. Why is it Arsenal? Under Wenger, I was moaning. For those, but why is Ozil on the wing? Why is Wilshere on the wing? Why is Ramsey on the wing? This is not new. This is not new.
It's true. It's true.
IQ is dead, bro. Why are you playing our striker on the left?
On the real, it's astonishing. No other striker that you've named there would ever play on the wing. Ever.
It's an Arsenal thing. I think they keep trying to do remake Henry. I think it's some kind of thing with Arsenal as a thing, right, where they're trying to put every striker we get on the wing and see if they can now try. It's like, no, sometimes be simple. Aubameyang has no actual tech. He's a shooter, but he has no tech. Put him on the wing.
Do you know what though? The thing is this year, what I'm seeing, especially with Arteta out away in these big games, don't be surprised. Look, when we go to Old Trafford, do not expect to win because that's not happening. Because the first thing on the mantra is we do not lose. Not that we go out there and win. So going out there, even Leeds are going to give us a frigging bundle. We'll do well to beat like Chelsea as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Like no matter who, all the big guns away from home, even Spurs. We're going to go there, Old Trafford, you name it, and we're going to be coming back with either 1-1 draws or defeats of like 1-0, 2-1s. Because the approach for me, yeah, like against Man City and against City and Liverpool, especially this season, I can't believe it. Like last season, I can forgive him for it because like he had a dross team and he's tried to adapt a few things. He's won a few things as well now. But yet, my man's still coming in, like, you know what I'm saying, inferior. And it's like, nah, man.
In fairness, it's the same team.
It is. It's about 2 people, the same team.
He bought a centre half. He's bought a defensive midfielder.
Bar 2 people, and we've only just got the defensive midfielder. So you don't know. Things could look different in the next like big away game. But let's not ignore our record before Arteta away to the Big Six has always been crap. So he's trying to figure out a way to stop that happening. We haven't beat someone in like years, so he's got to figure out a way to not do that.
Yeah, and you can see in the post-match interview, I think Leno gave one, Arteta gave one, and they kept talking about how losing 1-0 to this Man City is an improvement based on what happened last year and previous. And it's a bit of a defeatist mentality, but you have to see the progression and see where it is. Arsenal have only lost 2 games this season. Those have both been to Liverpool and Man City away. And both of those games, Leno just pushed the ball to the opposition, and that's how you conceded. So it's not really Arteta's fault, is it?
The truth is, though, nobody would have been angry if we went out there and actually tried to impose ourselves and say we lost 3-1 in both games, say we lost like 4-2 or whatever. Yeah, you could say we got slapped, but it's like, right, Arsenal do look dangerous as long once they get more games under their belt, you could see, man, they're going to be a force later on. But what I saw was timid. And it's what made me so down at Anfield. I was very, very down after that game. And then now, obviously, I don't take defeats well. But when you're watching teams that you're playing against that are so far away from you, it's just like, man, it's just disheartening. That's the thing.
Didn't bother me, to be honest. So,
but you know what? Yeah, you know what I want. Yeah, whatever Arteta's philosophy is. Yeah, can I see it, please? So we know who's trash and who needs to go back.
We already know. The thing is, we already know who's trash. It's just that
we already know. So
we know trash, but it's made very evident by the entire world, by pundits, by everyone, that they're trash. Meaning it's going to be damn near hard to get rid of them because this dumb club, Gazidis, there's a Gazidis and all them players. It's stupidly high wages, so no one's going to want to. Mustafi is on stupid wages.
All right, Lola, let me ask you this then, yeah? Let me ask you this. This is Arteta, right? Is the guy who wanted to keep Luiz here. He then brought back Granit Xhaka because he said he wants him to be there as well. So these kind of players that we're mentioning, because both Luiz and Xhaka should not be in a championship Arsenal side. It won't exist. So if this manager wants these kind of players in, there's a question that has to be raised a little bit where you say, okay, do you know what? Like, my man's looking to drop certain players, but then you're not keeping it. You remember when he was like all non-negotiables? I'm seeing Bellerin start every week, and why are we not discussing that? Why are we still got certain players playing?
Because I think the Luiz one, I know you guys don't like him. I'm not a massive fan of Luiz either, but I stand by my comment before that after Gabriel, he is our best centre back, whether you want to admit it or not. So I can see why they kept him, because the other options are Mustafi, Socrates, and Holding. All three are crap.
I'd have Socrates.
That's why I said Socrates, Holding, and Mustafi.
Been bad for since he's been here.
They are horrible centre.
That's why I said last week we're not a professional football club, bro.
That's my point. Our options are not great. And also some of these guys were signed before Arteta. Remember that. So the guys who was mentioned were here before him, meaning he's trying to sell them, but the dumb board gave these players wages, and the prices of them are too high for anyone else to work out. So they either free or we literally just let them go, which is club aren't going to do. So that's not on Arteta because he didn't sign those ones. Luiz, I understood because mentality-wise, age-wise, and again, he's the best of them crap ones, so you have to keep him. So that's why I'm not as mad about that as well. People can hate on Luiz all they want, but again, while Gabriel, and even Gabriel has been 5 games, Luiz is the best centre back we've got. Because Holding is trash. I don't care what anyone tells me. All that man does, his hairline goes away and he heads the ball occasionally.
Well, I think Holding dirty. I think the Holding's been putting that mess.
He is a mess. He's part of the mess.
He's average.
When he joined, he was good though.
No, he's not. He's never been good.
Oh my days. When he signed.
No, do you know why? Because he has the English hype about him. Well, when he came for 2 million, Wenger did that whole thing where he didn't cost him because it was 2 million from Bolton. He's an average at best centre back, and he's slow. He's not very technically good. He's not very good at picking out a smart pass. He has to be like handheld. If you watch him, you see Luiz and Gabriel when he was playing together constantly telling him to move, and he refused to do that unless he actively forced him to. He's not smart.
No, I'll give you that.
Yeah, if you look at the centre backs from like an outsider's perspective, I think every one of us would take Gabriel in our defence. And David Luiz, I mean, no, but obviously he's done it before at a high level. The rest of your centre backs are really no one's taking them.
Exactly. So Arteta's working with what crap he was given. He's brought in one in Gabriel. I'm still annoyed about the Saliba thing, but that's a whole different situation. But other than that, like, what's he working with? Like, what? Bellerin, I don't rate as much as I used to, even though I love the guy, but he is, like, stagnated horrifically.
There's a reason for that, and I'll get onto him later on when we talk about somebody else.
He's just there now, so it's like, it's him or Cedric, and Cedric is slow, so it's either or, I don't really care. Tierney's good, playing centre-back in the situation we have in defence. Like, obviously...
How much did we pay for Cedric?
How
much free.
Free.
Why did we sign him, bro? And he doesn't play.
Because I think the board thought they were going to sell Maitland-Niles, and then Arteta forced them not to sell him. Again, our board is stupid, so this is not new information.
This is the nonsense I'm talking about.
It's stupid, so this is not new information.
I've got a few comments here. Let me get to them. B Arsenal Guna said, "AD, I'm not surprised you think we've a lot of progress. It's in your best interest to keep us at this level because if our team is firing at all levels, LFC will be the first team we wipe the floor with." All right, mate. Footy Agenda says Emi Martinez is a massive L. Selling him.
I still don't think it is, personally.
No, I don't think so.
It's not a massive L.
20 mil, fam. Thank you.
That's a wonderful deal for your backup keeper.
Think about it. 20 mil for backup.
He's had 3 clean sheets this season, guys.
No,
He's doing all right.
If he now goes 10 games of nonsense, what then?
Then he still has 3.
And has 6. Then it's now he's better than the other one we sold. It makes no difference.
Fair enough. Osla Endo says, Peter, would you rather perform like Chelsea did last season when they lost 4-0 to Man United than lose like how you did to City on Saturday? What's that got to do with anything?
No, but because obviously we're talking about Arsenal going away to the big lot. But obviously I don't want that. I don't want to slack him. I just want, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a...
We're a big club, you know? We're a big club.
Well, no, we're a big club, but we're a shit team. So there's like a parallel between the two.
True. We're on the press, but we could do better than what we've been offering, especially under Arteta, who's done well.
No, we can do better, but I feel like there's a difference with like being realistic and being like in dreamland. I feel like a lot of Arsenal fans think we're a lot better than we actually are. Like, I think we could definitely be better, but we're not like levels like that to be thinking that we need to be doing like 3-0 every game. We're not that good.
You know what our formation is, yeah? We need to change our formation. 4-2-3-1. Forget this stupid 3-4-3.
I want 4-3-3. I want 4-3-3.
I like 4-2-3-1, man.
4-2-3-1. That's our formation.
Who plays in the hole?
That's good. We haven't got someone to. That's why I said 4-3-3.
William been there.
William on the pitch.
Mesut Ozil.
Used to play him, bruv. They don't want him. Put William there.
In the hole, it is Mesut Ozil. That position was created for only him.
William. I want to see Smith Rowe there before Ozil.
If you know me like that, I'm an Ozil fan, but I'm also. He's not going to play. So constantly asking us saying, where's Ozil? It's just a waste of energy. He's not going to play.
But you know what, Larry? It's not like I'm saying a player who is not at our club. I'm talking about a player who plays for us.
But he's not going to play. So that's why I've stopped saying it. He's not going to play. So I stopped saying it. Willian,
how ridiculous is that in a situation?
I mean, the club's stupid, but it is what it is. They're all dickheads. And that's why I'm personally on Ozil's side. And I want him to rinse his club for all the money. Because they gave him the contract. It wasn't his fault. You gave it to him. He signed it. You want to get rid of him? Pay him off his money then. He's not going to go then.
I bet it's one of those things like if he plays, he gets paid the full bucks. I think it's one of those. It just clearly looks like that. I don't think he gets his 350.
That's the club's fault in his contract. And now you're trying to freeze him out. Pay him his money and stop complaining. But Willian, I was never down for the signing. I've said it before. I thought Willian was he's a good player, right? But I always made this point whenever I talked about him. For me, the bar last season before he was put on penalties, his best season was when Chelsea finished 10th, which should say everything.
Yeah, my thoughts on Willian. We already know this. Don't worry. I'll rinse him at the end of the season. I'm holding the trick.
I signed him because I didn't want him. He's 32 or something. He has one trick, a shimmy and a dodge, and then pass it backwards. Occasionally, he might pull out a good game, but it was a waste of a space. It was a waste of wages. I didn't see the point of him. He'll probably have like 3 or 4, maybe 5 games this season where he'll be good.
He managed to convince the whole world that he was like semi-decent. And I don't know how he did it.
And the thing is, Lola, he was chosen as our false 9 at the Etihad. That is
wild to me. That is so wild to me.
He's not good for scoring goals.
No, that was just a poor manager.
I'd rather have Firmino.
But him, I don't even know about that one either.
At least he's got goals for his name.
I don't want Willian on the pitch at all. Personally, I don't want him.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him.
When you lot signed him, I really did think he was going to be useful in these kind of games. But the way I've seen him be against Liverpool, he was anonymous, and then in this game, he played as like a false 9, and I can't stand false 9s.
He's been anonymous since the first game. He wasn't even that great in Fulham. Bear man were hyping it up. He was fine.
I couldn't.
He was all right. He was all right against who did you play? Sheffield United. When he moved into the 10, he was a bit better.
It was okay. I will say it before, Willian and Pepe should look at themselves in shame. And an 18-year-old is cheering you up every single game.
Every week.
Your best player at the Etihad.
Even done growing yet, it's shaming you on football.
You know what it is, yeah? Like Pepe's attitude to me is demeanor and everything is so alarming that if he makes it like big time, yeah, then you know what? It's purely on his talent. But
this is the highest he's gonna get. It's not gonna get any better.
Well, there you go then. There you go. And we'll lose money on him too.
That's done. That's done board, isn't it? So that's what it is.
Installments on a minute.
That's cool. If the board are shady enough, find a way to cut out of it.
That's a Clara FC, you know.
What's the Clara?
Let me go through some more comments and then we can move on because it's been a while. Liam Talks F1 says, hello everyone. Hello Peter. I guess you're not good. Boss Like Endo said, this Oscar U is jarring. Stop with the silly remarks with your comments I make you. I'm never going to stop, Boss Like Endo. I'm never going to stop. He said, Peter, chill with your Firmino comment. He's going through it at the moment. He's going through it.
18 months. 18 months. It's not at the moment.
No. At the moment, he we'll get onto him, but he got hooked the other day, which I was very surprised at. Footy Agenda says, 1 goal in 22 Premier League games. Trust me,
Let me tell you.
Firmino's got bare lawyers, bro.
I mean, watching Willian in a false line hurts. But let's go to Goodison Park, yeah, because my God, what a saga, what a match. Adrian, Everton 2, Liverpool 2. What were your thoughts post-match?
I think the way we kicked off the game, it was the perfect sort of response that I wanted to see from the 7-2, wherein we were at it, we were ready to go. Ultimately we got the opening goal, and I felt that prior to the game, I thought we'd have our best football down our left hand side, purely because Hammers doesn't track back. Decore is going to have a lot of work to protect Coleman, and then we've got Robertson and Mane, and it was plain sailing. We were winning second balls, and we're pretty much dominant for the opening 6 or so minutes. Then ultimately, the unfortunate incident happened, and I think it turned out to be quite a good game. I think Everton have shown that there are no pushovers, and I think this season, genuinely, provided they remain injury free, I think they can mount a good solid challenge for top 4. Genuinely, they've got a good team. And they've got, a couple of exceptional players, namely Hammers. And from a Liverpool perspective, I was happy with a lot of elements for what I saw. And I think clearly that text message, that whatever Klopp said to them after that Villa game clearly worked. And then it would have been a wonderful derby victory because I think we showed what we've shown for the past 3 seasons, that ability to keep going into the last minute. And then we scored what we thought would be, a last-minute derby day winner. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be. Yeah, that's why I am. I think I'm happy, and I think I've seen a lot of positives to take and move on from the season. I think ultimately, the elephant in the room really, how are we going to cope without Van Dijk for the next 8 or so months? But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I still think we've got enough to win the league again. I still think Gomez and Matip or Fabinho, any 2 of those 3 players can form a combination to give us a solid enough defense. I don't necessarily think you'll need 90 points to win the league this season. It'll probably be 86 or something like that. So even though Van Dijk is a big loss, I think it's easy to sort of forget that, we've got 2 exceptional forwards. Hopefully, if Firmino can get his act together, he's a good player. Thiago's just completely changed the dimension of our midfield. We saw for Henderson's goal that was disallowed. That ability to break lines is something that, we haven't got. I mean, look, if it was Ronaldo, we would have passed it 5 yards. And obviously, our fullbacks are exceptional as well. So, obviously, Van Dijk is a big miss, but it's not doom and gloom. I think we still got enough to win the league.
Interesting, though, Adrian. Yeah, I only found this out today that you've not played a Premier League game without Van Dijk since he joined. Is that actually true? He's played every Premier League game since he joined.
Yeah, I think he missed, when he first came in, I think he missed a weird game away at Huddersfield. But since then, since 2018, basically, he's played every minute of every game.
So we don't even know what kind of Liverpool this could be then without Van Dijk. What do you guys think? Do you reckon Liverpool are still title favourites for Van Dijk?
they are title favourites, but it blows the title race wide open.
Yeah.
Because I think it is a massive loss. Because we all said at the start of this podcast, at the start of the season, Liverpool need a defender. Because we all said if Van Dijk goes down, it is going to be a problem. And lo and behold, the inevitable has happened.
Yeah.
So
the main talk at the beginning of the season was literally if Liverpool can go, because this before they signed Thiago, before they signed Jota, it was like, can they go the whole season without injuries? And then to get this kind of injury to their best player, yeah, it's a madness. But they're still favourites in my opinion.
Still favourites. It just makes it a lot harder.
Fam, not with Adrian in goal, fam.
That's
You know,
true.
the source in the name. He's just called Adrian, bro. Bog standard, fam. Because he's
No, get Alisson back, then maybe. If he's still in goal, nope, he's got a mare in him, bro. That's another curious waiting to happen, bro.
But I can't imagine Alisson being out for too much longer. Hopefully, he's back in the next sort of 3 to 4 games, and then from there, you know, the defense will look in a lot better shape. So yeah, we'll move.
Lola, why did Pickford stay on the pitch?
I mean, because part of it was the offside thing. No, you can laugh.
That is a brilliant excuse. It's the funniest thing ever.
But
No,
it was,
it's true. It's true.
It's incompetence, bro.
someone was comparing it to, so if it's offside, what happens if a player punched someone else? Yeah, that's different. That was an intent to hurt someone else. Whereas Pickford was just being his normal crap self. He judged the save and went and then got Van Dijk instead. It was bad, don't get me wrong. Like if it was done it in normal time, like if it wasn't offside or whatever, he would have got sent off. But it wasn't. It was just Pickford being Pickford. He just happened to catch Van Dijk.
Lola, do you know why that excuse doesn't count, yeah?
Why not?
Ernest and Robbie can think. What happened against Brighton, please?
No, that was during the game. That was during the game.
No, what? Full time.
Before the whistle went, so technically it was part of the game. This one happened.
No. I'm sorry, bro.
But the decision was after the game.
Bro.
No, but you can
Yeah,
be
but that's not the same.
I was
It's
on
not
Gillette
within the
Saturday.
play.
It said full time 2-2, and then it said full time 3-2.
No. Hold on, come back, penalty. No.
different because I say it again, it happened during, say if what's his name, Pickford did it before the offside, say it happened before the offside line, whatever. Then it would be off. But it happened after the offside, after the whistle blown. It was literally after with the handball at Brighton, even though it was annoying as hell. It did happen before the whistle went, so they were within the rights to check it.
So this is my question then: how come people get red cards after the whistle's blown for half time?
Yep, that's my question too.
Because people
isn't VAR supposed to check for potential red cards regardless
No, but
of if it's within play or without?
the way I saw it was if it was happened, because I think people can get red cards afterwards. Is say if they go up to a ref after the game and he's doing that nonsense, or if they're actively going out to hurt someone. If they go out,
But surely the same logic applies, though, no?
no, because I think with Pickford again, as much as it sucks to say it this way, it was a football thing. He did exactly.
I have no issue with what Pickford get. I'm not gonna say I have no issue with what he did because I was a bit deep, but hey,
He's waiting for a challenge. Yeah,
it is what it is.
He went in for a challenge. It was poor. If he went in, if it was a Derby Day thing and he went into Van Dijk with a headbutt after the whistle gone or after he would have got sent off. That's violent type of thing.
Yeah.
Guys, I got a question, yeah?
Yeah.
Because VAR is relatively new. If that happened before VAR, I'm sure he's getting sent off. No matter offside, if the referee's hanged up.
Because the offside flag would have been raised.
did the flag go up?
No, it didn't.
So it's VAR that checked it.
It was going to be, I think it was going to be a corner or something because he went out. So I think the whistle, whatever, went after they went for a corner or something like that.
Oh, no.
Wow.
They checked it for possible penalty, I think. That's what they did.
No, I think the flag did go. I think because I swear the referee whistled for offside, but then they checked to see if it was a possible red, as David was saying.
A penalty. It was going to be a penalty. So,
Yeah, so I'm saying pre-VAR, that's a red card. Referees
VAR would been a yellow card because I don't think he saw the. I don't think he saw the incident. I think he saw.
He was in front. If you see the replays that's on Twitter,
Oliver,
Do you know what, Robin? Do you know what? I actually think they would have given a yellow. I think there's something on that. I think before VAR existed, you would have clattered somebody. You would have seen they've gone down, right? And you would have seen that they got nowhere near the ball, so you'd book him. But then, yeah, exactly. But the extent, obviously, like you're saying, if we don't have video, VAR, then we don't know to what extent how ugly this looked.
And I doubt he would have got sent off simply because it wasn't like a studied challenge. He went in, he kind of scissored him, but if the severity of Van Dijk's injury wasn't as big as it is, I don't think this would be as big as it is, if that makes sense. But because Van Dijk is so important to Liverpool and he's out for so long, everyone's screaming for retrospective action and red card and red tete.
They're not acting like Van Dijk died.
It's like,
For real.
guys, yeah.
I mean, it was pretty damn close to be fair.
Like, guys, honestly, yeah, watching that live, yeah, I'm surely, I don't care who the player is, that is a shocking challenge, bro.
yeah, it's a bad challenge.
Rash. It's so rash.
Yeah, it's rash.
Bro, no matter who it is, bro.
Now, do you know what? I say it because, like, as hard as shit is, it's like comparing the Richarlison one to Pickford's one. The Richarlison one, that was like studs and all that stuff. That looked nice. Red card. Whereas I feel like, again, Pickford is just crap at his job.
Yeah. Because it was just clumsy. He came out with his legs just out. He didn't even study him. He just took him out. So I think that the nature of the injury makes us realize how severe it was. But I don't think he would have got sent off. I think it would have been a yellow.
And it would have been a penalty.
I'll even say this: how did Pickford? I'll tell you what, VAR saved Pickford's life because if you take away those two VAR incidences in terms of the goal being offside, because what an attempt of a save was that? When Henderson scored, right? Me and Oscar were sitting there watching it, and I was like, Pickford, what on earth are you doing? And he's like, nah, you can't blame Pickford. The replay comes, and he's like, oh, no, boy.
England number one.
But the thing is, there's a love-hate I have with Pickford because
Where's the love?
Where is the love?
I got no love for this guy.
Listen, let's take away his clownery, yeah? He is a good goalkeeper. He's a good goalkeeper.
No,
He is a good goalkeeper. He's a good goalkeeper.
He's another Joe Hart.
David. What's it called?
You can't take it away. You can't take the mistakes away when it's literally so much of what you do. It's so
true.
Can't
But
take it.
he's still a good goalkeeper that makes outstanding saves. Because in the Liverpool game, he was very good, by the way. Besides
He has some saves there, but if you've noticed it, a lot of his saves look better because he's quite small. So when he's doing arm things, it's because he's quite little for a keeper.
It's true. I said this about Kepa. Every save he makes looks like a world-class save because he's so small. It's not a good save. He's just diving.
Yeah, put a taller keeper there, and it would be a good save, but it won't be as like, oh my gosh, because it's not taking. It's like
I can't ignore what he did at Sunderland. He was a very, very good goalkeeper at Sunderland. And when you come to Everton, hang on, can't ignore it. When he came to Everton, obviously there's more pressure there. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he'll be facing less shots than he did at Sunderland.
Oscar,
nah, bro, it's a point.
That's
because we're not going to say that Pickford's now rubbish. I'm not going to say that. He was a good goalkeeper.
He's been rubbish.
Bro, the body of work has been horrendous.
Not in the England team when he was at Sunderland. This guy was sick.
Real life, he's one of the worst goalkeepers.
No, he's not. Far from one of the worst.
The fact that he's the third, he should be number 3 for England.
No chance. One of the worst.
He should be number 3. Nick Pope and Dean Henderson are better.
Peter, that Henderson goal. Can you look at that Henderson goal? Justify it.
that Henderson goal should have been. That one was nonsensical.
I agree. No, I agree. I can't say he hasn't got mistakes. He's got mares in him for sure. But he's still a good goalkeeper.
But PR.
60% of him is mistakes.
Yeah,
it's not 60. Joy is it's like 30, but they are big ones.
That's far too high.
Whenever they keep a clean sheet, holler at me. When they keep a clean sheet.
When you got Mina at centre half, you're not keeping clean sheets. You're not keeping clean sheets.
Their centre backs have not been the reason that they conceded most of their goals. It's been
Oh my days! Whoa! Did you see? Wait.
Mostly Pickford.
So what? You're telling me?
Did you see his performance in
No,
the
no,
cup?
hang on. The actual goals
Did
they
you see
did.
his performance in the
Wait.
cup?
The goals
Come
they
on,
actually
bro.
conceded at Goodison
Come
this
on, bro.
weekend. Did you see the defending? Adrian will talk about how brilliant Liverpool's football was, and it was sublime. The goals were lovely.
Did you see
But
Salah's
I'm
goal?
sorry. Yeah. I can't believe.
Issue, that guy's sick.
Who passed it to Salah? Yerry Mina. Why?
It was a clearance, though.
Was it a clearance? Did you see a clearance? Did you see the clearance? Man, it was a back pass.
No,
It was a
but
really-
Tia, no one is saying that like that everything's his fault. But when you look at the mistake he made for the Van Dijk challenge, that's a horrible mistake.
Yeah.
When you look at the last minute goal, that's terrible goalkeeping. You couldn't save like a shot that was within reach.
And it's not the first time, mate.
No, we did the first time.
That's what I'm saying. The 30% in which he makes mistakes, they are massive, humongous mistakes. But
So
it's
therefore, he's not a good keeper.
But he doesn't do it every week. He doesn't do it every game.
That's the thing. He does.
Oh, it's far too regular.
He doesn't do it every game.
Regular.
He doesn't do it every game.
No, Peter, I have to call you out because in Kepa's first season, you called this guy trash, and he was trash, but he wasn't doing mistakes every single game. He was like Pickford. Now he's become so much worse. You need to.
How dare you bring Kepa in this conversation?
Bro,
Because when I come to Stamford Bridge, we'll talk about what Kepa's done in his last 5 appearances.
No, of course, I know that. Why are you taking it there? Why are you taking it there? You know what I'm saying.
Pickford is nowhere near that level.
Nah, he's not.
Because Pickford is nowhere near that.
No, hear me out. Kepa's first season, he was Pickford levels, bruv. Am I lying?
No, you are lying. He was not Pickford levels.
Decent shot stopper with mistakes in him. That's what it is.
Yeah, he was exactly like Pickford first season.
That's what it is.
Don't lie, Peter. Don't lie.
Oscar, Jordan Pickford is a disgrace. They are nowhere near the same level.
Pickford is trash.
They're the same.
Right, let me read some comments because I've had enough of you, Peter. I've had enough. B Arsenal Guna said he's talking about when we were talking about Arsenal, he's talking about Ozil. He said it's not that Ozil's not playing, it's the decision making behind it, just on communication. They haven't explained clearly why he's not playing or they haven't replaced him, which is true. Moving on to the Liverpool game, Boss Like Endo said, I thought we outplayed Everton for large spells of the match. Sadio is the main Mane. Is that a pun there that you tried? VVD injury derails our title hopes. VAR is a joke. Big up Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He proven me wrong big time. James Rodriguez is a certified baller. He was giving me nightmares every time he got the ball. Shout out to Footy Agendas. He's back with another one. I want to apologize for Firmino. Man finally clocked it. He's now had 0 shots on target for the 3rd time this season. Defensive clearances all day, every day.
Christie, 0.
He's crap. He's a shining.
This is even worse than last season.
It's horrible.
Guys, he's a regista.
No,
Play number 9.
I have been on this guy's back for years. Rubbish. Been on it for years. People keep telling me, but he knits it all together. No, those 2 wingers in Sane and Mark, not Sane.
We know what you're saying. We know.
Have been making Firmino look like an absolute G. It's literally everyone's saying it's him making him look good. No, those 2 are
I think
covering.
that's harsh, though.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not.
No. Let's not. Let's have it right. Let's have it right. No, couple years back, like Firmino's been stinking in the past 18 months. Couple years back, he was important to what we did.
No, he's just there. He's a good footballer. Don't get me wrong. He's like technique-wise, like ability-wise, he's levels. But as a full, no.
Number 9.
Yeah. He's not number 9. He's not.
And the thing is, he chose the number 9 shirt.
Yeah.
And do you know what?
I want that one.
A lot of Liverpool fans do this whole thing where he's like, he's not there to score goals, but it's not like he's not getting chances.
Biggest lawyers.
It's rubbish. Because if you compare him to a striker,
I threw the case, man. He's guilty. Open close case, Johnson.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's that idea that he's not here to score goals. The shots he has per game, bruv, he should be the top.
Do you know how criminal what Adrian said is? Yeah, Lola said that Salah and Mane have been carrying Firmino. Adrian said that's harsh. He's only been bad for 18 months. in those 18 months, you won the league thanks to Mane and Salah, and you saying Firmino's not the one carried him. Of course, they carried him.
Everything 18 months like it's half term. Listen,
You know?
no.
Yeah, 18, you can't say 18 months like that. Like that's a small spell. Like that's a short time. Bro, in football especially, like that, you can get 2 seasons. You know what I'm saying? You've got Champions League and the league, bro. What the
Yes,
hell?
it's been rotten form to be fair. It's been rotten form.
Do you know what's so annoying is that you won the league. And so, do you remember I kept cussing? I kept saying, you need a centre forward, you need a striker, boom, boom, boom. And then you lot went and won the league. I was like, for flip's sake, that agenda's gone.
No, it's still there. I say
It's still there.
It's there for me, but hey ho, man.
Yeah. Boss like Endo said he's a Liverpool fan. He said we've got City in 3 weeks. That's going to be a basketball game now. B Arsenal Gooner said, AD, your title defense ends here. Without your leader at the back, you're just like the rest of us.
Do you know what? Yeah,
Wow. I think again, I think that's strong.
I think Man City are smelling blood. I think they know, okay, look, this title is back again. Do you know what I'm saying? After that 5-2 defeat, you would have thought we're out of here. But then when you man lost 7-2, you then I think what's it? City drew 1-0 with Leeds. They kept a clean sheet against Arsenal, maybe nothing great, but you know, against an Aubameyang who was on the wing. Oh, never mind. But I do think City, like, it won't surprise me if we see City go on a run of games here where they're gonna just start slapping up teams.
The only way I believe City start smelling blood is if I see Fernandinho at DM and no more Benjamin Mendy. Since this boy Hush Puppy went jail, he's like, I'm not even on this football team.
No, but Ernie, you say that, yeah? But Pep's moving mad. He's moving like a scientist again.
No.
My man was playing Cancelo, CDM. I was playing Kyle Walker right back and right centre back. Like genuinely,
Go on.
yeah, go on. Now, I was gonna say genuinely, like he's been playing 4-2-3-1 a lot this season. I genuinely think he's looked at it and he said, right, these defenders are utter crap. You cost me the league last season, and he's trying to be a lot more pragmatic in his play. Like he's playing KDB as a 10, just so he gives them less defensive responsibility. So I think actually, yeah, we'll start. I think City will pick up a lot more wins than what they did last season. And you know, you added the facts that I think Ruben Diaz, like, he didn't have much to do yesterday, to be fair, but I think he looks solid.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm scared.
I think him and Gabriel were the stand-up performers for me. Obviously Saka as well.
Yeah.
I think Ruben Diaz had a very good game. Maybe he didn't have too much to deal with, and it was kind of easy for him. But I've always viewed him, every time I watched Portugal, he's a bit slow. Like he was moving a bit nuts in that game, and I was like, you know what, this looks good. Gabriel looked like he was just assured. He's just a big centre back who's dominant. He's got a little bit of PMP. You get me? and I feel like because David Luiz like tries to be a bit too like poetic with it, and it's like, Brendan, we need that real yam today. You get me?
Bro,
So
he's a nutcase. He's just that's all I'll say on that. But the thing is as well, though, with Gomez and say Matip, bro, what am I getting 30 games from them?
No, but you see,
You'd be lucky.
Bro, you see,
You'd be very lucky.
Bro, Matip was parking at a hospital this morning, bro.
What?
Like them man there are good.
Condition.
You know what I'm saying?
Them man there go for that every day.
That share about moisturizer, bro.
On a real, bro.
Because the Nivea cream ain't gonna do it.
Listen, bro, I'm telling you right now, yeah, I will put money that none of them 2 second halves get 30 games in the league. None of them.
No, I really want
That's the thing.
about these not play with no Matip, because
Fabinho
if
will be there.
Fabinho and Gomez play, oh my god.
Fabinho will be at centre half a lot this season.
No, it's going to be curtain.
He's the best one.
Oh, friend.
Oh, make my day, Adrian.
The thing
We'll
is,
see how it goes.
they'll still dispatch the teams below them, no doubt. It's just that it's head to head with City.
It'll be Liverpool pre Van Dijk.
2016.
4-3 wins.
Was it 2016
It'll
Liverpool?
be 5-4s.
That's fine.
That's what I mean.
What, at Vicarage Road?
That's it.
With Thiago supplying, that's absolutely fine.
Oh, man. Madness. Anything else on this game that we want to touch on?
The VAR. You want to speak on that?
That offside, yeah? Flipping hell.
I've seen it back. I don't know where it was offside. I'm confused.
Apparently, so his elbow was 1 millimeter offside. So you see that line? was taken from his
Can't score
elbow.
with your elbow.
Down.
You can't score with your elbow. Though.
No. So this has come from Stockley Park. It's come from Stockley Park, and it said the elbow was measured down to the ground at the same time as whoever the centre backs were, and his elbow was a millimeter offside. It's not bad. So I look at it, and I'm just like, it is what it is. It's not offside.
Do you know what incensed me the most about the offside? It's the fact that they have the audacity, they have the unmitigated goal and the temerity to split pubic hairs. No. To split pubic hairs to determine whether Sadio Mane is offside or not. But Jordan Pickford absolutely sives down Virgil van Dijk, sends him out for a pregnancy. 8 months he's out for. 8 months he's out for. And they don't look at it. What the hell is the point? What the hell is the point?
Hey,
Oh my
you
god!
want to be a surgeon to split pubic hair?
What the hell is the point? Seriously.
I feel like
Yeah,
that's the one thing, as annoying as it is, they are more or less doing the whole black and white thing. So even if it's a micrometer, if it's off,
Yeah, but it's mad though because we couldn't even see the micrometer, even if it was there. Let me read some more comments. Boss like Endo said
on that one with Adrian, I felt his pain just there because honestly, to have two dubious decisions like that, honestly, in one go.
Yeah, no, I felt sorry for Liverpool and I wanted them to lose, but not like that. Boss like Endo said, can't lie, Pickford is low key a G for that man. Duppied is up.
Yeah.
B Arsenal Guna said retrospective action needs to be enforced. These kind of decisions are bringing the game to disrepute. Wow, it's a red card for me.
That's strong.
He also said if he tackled Aubameyang or Lacazette like that, I would smash his northern head.
No, that's the thing as well. I guarantee he went home, yeah, and he had flipping chips and gravy for dinner. No, man. I can't be letting people like that. Idiot. Absolutely moron.
He does love Pickford loves Derby though. That's his thing. Like even when in Sunderland, literally, it was all those photos of him like taking the piss out of the Newcastle fans. It's what he does. He gets very hot blooded in derbies. It's just all of that.
Oh my goodness, my goodness!
The agenda says Liverpool need to put all their chips in the UCL basket. Premier League requires a good defense and consistency. Alisson, Joe Gomez, and Matip are notoriously injury prone. Adrian, do you agree with that?
Less games, don't it?
No, what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they'll get through the group stage and get to a Atletico Madrid or a Leipzig and what? Because it's not Premier League, they can go through with that back four.
He's got to ride out.
Like, come on,
but Ernest, you get the idea. Like it's a lot easier to win the Champions League than
bro.
Who do Liverpool have Wednesday?
Liverpool get Bayern Munich with that back four with no Van Dijk.
Yeah, I mean, Bayern. Yeah,
or you can ride it out for the Champions League. Come on, bro.
I don't think you need a good defense this season, by the way, because no one's looking good personally, apart from Arsenal.
Yeah, what?
But Arsenal for some miracle.
And Villa apparently.
Yeah, Arsenal and Villa have like the best defense so far in the league, which is a miracle in itself. I don't think.
Yeah.
But literally,
twice.
I don't think having a brilliant defense is going to be a thing this season because no one looks good.
Yeah, you're right. I think so. I think it's one of those where anyone that just whoever wins more games, but whoever scores more goals, literally, you're gonna over time it's gonna be the ones that will be A, champion, and B, top 4 and top 6 and whatever else. Whoever's fighting for those. It's
Boss like Endo said, nah, Peter, City are average, bro.
Don't worry, I'll see you in a month. Don't worry, I'll see you in a month, and you'll tell me how average they are when they're 4 points clear of Liverpool. It's fine.
LOL.
It's fine. Where's
Pepper agrees with Boss like.
Where's the Liverpool City game? What ground?
Wait. What did Adrian? What did you just say?
No, Pepper agrees with Boss like Endo. He's like, it's not what it used to be. Like, I've got to do something.
It's not.
Yeah.
That's probably why that's the only reason I was a bit miffed about the game because City weren't good.
They weren't good at all.
Even more to me and David's annoyance. It's because they're not all that. You should go for it. But never mind. Anyway,
Boss that Endo says, "Hey, Ernie McBurney, relax, G. You're gonna get your pants pulled down tomorrow." I'm guessing he's talking about PSG. We'll get to that when we talk about United. Footy Agenda says a retrospective ban for Pickford is a plus to Everton. Liverpool fans need to chill. Very true. And yeah, Peter, you can go ahead.
Yeah, lovely, lovely. Well, Manchester United won at St James's Park, 4-1. Where on earth did that come from, Robin?
You tell me.
There was. To be fair, though, it was 1-1 for a long period of time, right? And it was like, what, 8 minutes to go? And the game was still in the balance. Bruno missed the first penalty. Finally, about bloody time. But nonetheless, he did score a superb goal. By the way, I think that goal was better than Wan-Bissaka's. You was all giving it Wan-Bissaka.
No, the play up was superb.
The
goal itself.
What better than the Mata and Bruno?
What better than Rashford back here?
Was it Rashford?
I'm talking the goal itself. Like, I expect Bruno.
The goal was better. The build-up was better.
Huh?
The goal was better and the build-up was better.
He's just repping for the black man himself. That's what it is. Bro,
it was like, I did not. You don't expect Wan-Bissaka to say, you know what?
The goal was better though. Like,
hey, look,
man. It's my opinion. But anyways, what this game proved is two things. Ollie's judge is still alive and well.
His judge.
It can't be that strong though, to be fair.
Is a bad boy.
Wait.
You know those rappers, yeah?
Hang on, for beating Newcastle United.
No, have you seen his injury to PSG?
For beating Newcastle United.
No. Have you watched our performances before Newcastle?
No, that was Steve Bruce's Newcastle.
No. Have you?
Bro, I swear he had. Who did he have on the wing? Did he have Almiron on the wing? No, not Almiron.
No, he had Joe Linton. He played Joe Linton wide.
Joe Linton.
Question: what has Crystal Palace been on since they beat us?
Nish.
Nothing, and they beat us 3-1. Yeah, hit the post 6 times.
I'm not gonna lie. What did you think when Luke Shaw scored the own goal inside 2 minutes? What were you not thinking?
The thing is,
I turned off the game for 5 minutes. I was like, I'm not watching this.
I'm going home. I'm not watching this game.
Brilliant.
I can't lie. As soon as I saw the team sheet, I said I have to throw this in the group chat. I have to see what's going on in your heads right now.
For the whole hour, when I sent this, I was literally doing this for the whole hour.
Do you know what, bro? I love it that he's got this win. Do you know why? Because it keeps him in the job. I want him to remain and continue to soil that football club even further than what it's already been soiled before. Because that 4-1 victory,
the second thing is that it just proves that Van der Beek has to start.
Yeah, it literally that
he comes on, he does a madness, and the whole of Manchester can see that Van der Beek needs to start. And I don't know why he's not starting.
How did you play your B team and Van der Beek still didn't make it?
Honestly, and another thing with Van der Beek, because if he starts, it means a certain man's got to get dropped.
Yeah, I don't think so. You know,
you see my boy Labil. Hey, he's got to go back home, mate, because
he's already been dropped.
I've not seen him this bad ever. Like, he did niche. He did absolutely nothing.
The thing is, I don't think we nailed into his performance against Spurs because, bro, it was just shy of disgraceful. And even the penalty he concedes, and he's laughing about it afterwards.
No. Bro. I don't know if you man watched this 20-minute cameo he had
against
Newcastle. He did absolutely man were winning with him on the pitch, and it's like he might as well have stayed on the bench. Mata is 50 years old. Mata was
game.
Listen, Mata was moving.
Where's the best position for Mata to play? And do you think he should be starting from now?
I think Mata plays every time we play against the team that has a low block.
There you go. I was gonna say, don't play him again every week because he will get ruined.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just because he had one good game doesn't mean that.
Who does he start ahead of though?
Who's everyday Daniel James?
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's not a brainer to be fair.
Daniel James is a terrible football player.
Yeah. I personally, I think Mata should be starting. personally.
But you know what?
For
it
what
is?
you have.
But you know what it is? I would trust Mata more with of Van Gaal, because with Oli is vibes. Oli is the disco thing, bro. He doesn't care about how you win. Yeah. He says win. Because I'm so sorry,
yeah, facts.
I'm so sorry. Like, our back four didn't have to do much. Because like I told you, man, about Zaha, all the Gucci headband dons here, Zaha, Saint Maximin, Traore, these men have no end product, bro. They just vibes.
So it's how?
They just shaku and then they do this thing, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not shook of Saint Maximin. I feel like he needs a better coach. But
you weren't shook of him?
No, because he does every game. Every game.
He needs direction. He needs direction. He needs direction.
He needs God in his life.
He needs the Holy Spirit. Right. I agree with you there. I think, yeah, he does lack the end product, and those kind of players always seem to do so.
Traore is a match of the day member. Them man don't do anything in 90.
Match of the day member.
No, real talk. And the thing, what was I going to say? I think Scott McTominay had a better game.
No, he was good.
He had a better game than he usually does. I think Fred turned into Pastor Fred again. He wasn't really doing much. Like, kept losing the ball. Oh my God!
Oh my word! By the way, Wolverhampton Wanderers have just scored Saiss with an absolute superb volley.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Nah, I know Bearman have got him in their team. That's why.
Oh, Saiss.
Roman Saiss. Why you have 5 mil?
I'm gonna say, I felt sorry for the hair in that game.
Decent game as well.
Yeah, I had a couple good saves.
Yeah, I had a couple good saves. I still think Luke Shaw's a criminal. I still think I need to cut, bro. I don't know how you felt about Joe Linton starting up front, so there was nothing he needed to do. Who else?
Joe Linton, buddy.
Yeah, he was absolute trash.
You know how you felt about Thomas Partey should be starting straight away? I said Alex Telles needs to be starting straight away. Because Luke Shaw, he shouldn't have got on the plane to Paris.
No, Luke Shaw's a criminal. He's a criminal.
He shouldn't be in Paris right now.
He was in Paris.
Luke Shaw's in Paris.
Luke Shaw. It was in the Newcastle game.
He forgets.
I saw him. I saw Luke Shaw sprinting. I was like, so you can sprint, but you don't do it enough. Are you? What's wrong with you? I was genuinely shocked. I saw him literally run like a mad one down, and he went to the. I was like, so you can actually sprint then? So what have you been doing?
The problem is he's unfit.
Oh no! Sorry, guys. Just an update. The goal has been disallowed for offside. Another one of those. It's like it's not as bad as the Mane one, but there's one random mute on the wing with an ankle. Nothing to do with the play. He's just there with an ankle out.
Look, VAR is always right.
I was going to say the Man United game, the Man United game was literally a case of it was 1-1. It could have been 2-1. De Gea kept you in the game because I think he would have lost if Wilson's goal would have went in. But I think this game was literally a case of Oli realised, if I play my good players, we could actually win. He brought them on and they won. That's literally it.
Like, but to be fair, Newcastle were so crap. Like they gave nothing to this game. They said Man United come and beat us, and the first team that they played couldn't do it. So then they had to bring on your Van der Beeks and Pogba's and whatnot, and then they finally got it done. And then they're terrible. They're a terrible side. I can't believe the first game of the season gassed me into thinking
they're going to be top 10. Didn't you?
I thought,
did you not say top half of the table for Newcastle?
I didn't know Steve Bruce was going to play Joe Linton at right midfield. I didn't know this, guys.
Anyway, I thought that Callum Wilson will get them a couple of goals because Callum Wilson's a good.
I thought he's scored against us.
He's a good Prem standard type of striker. He'll get you some goals, but they're still crap. So
yeah, no. Why I still say Ollie's judge is still alive and strong is because having a look at the game tomorrow, PSG are missing the whole midfield. No Verratti, no Paredes, none of that. They still have obviously Neymar and Mbappe, which is the biggest factor in the world. And my answer is I don't know what the hell's going to happen tomorrow. I know it's going to be fun.
I know. PSG will smackdown, bruv.
Man United are going to win tomorrow. Ollie's going to stay in the job. He's going to give them hope, and then smack it.
It's going to be funny. It's going to be funny.
I've got a question for the United fans.
Well, he doesn't know.
I've got a question about the game tomorrow, but before I get there, I just want to read some of these comments. Boss like Endo said, Juan Mata is marvelous. Donny van der Beek has to start. He's a baller. United thoroughly deserve that win. As much as I hate them, I stick to what I said. They will get top 4. Boss like Endo also said to win 4-1 at St James's Park is a great result. ASM was spinning McTominay around. Now, the question I wanted to ask is more to do with the game tomorrow and what team you're going to play. Footy Agenda says no Bay, no Maguire, PSG are feasting. Now you've got Cavani in the team. Martial's not on a ban, so you can play him.
Cavani's
I want to know from you, what
Cavani's not going.
Manchester. Nah, he didn't fly.
Oh, I saw pictures of him training today. I thought he went with
He
him.
was training, but that was his first ever training session. So they were like, nah.
Oh, he should have gone, bruv. He's playing against his former club.
That's one of the reasons why he joined. I heard that was one of the reasons why he
To stick it to him.
I don't know what happened there, but yeah, no.
Yeah, but my question was to Ernest and Robin, what team would you play to beat PSG?
I don't need to see Luke Shaw. That's all I asked for at the start.
He might play centre back.
I was just gonna say, if our two best centre backs are not going, then Luke Shaw. I think Ollie's gonna play 5 at the back.
Yeah, put Wan-Bissaka at right centre back, whatever, and then
I think he's gonna play Tellez wing back, Shaw centre back. He's gonna put Lindelof and potentially.
Wan-Bissaka.
I was gonna say potentially Twanzebe.
Ah.
Oh, we're gonna say Phil Jones. Oh man,
or even Ted Mengi. So,
But then who plays as the wide midfielders or the wing backs? Who plays in them positions?
Daniel James, put him there, man. Let his pace.
The answer to that question is, I have not seen this history, brother.
Oh yeah.
Who?
Who?
Yeah, exactly. Who?
The teenager they
You're
do.
a crying teenager. I don't know what he does.
Right, you know another thing I can see. I can see Matic playing centre back.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Against Mbappe.
I can see that.
The opposition is Mbappe and Neymar. Yeah, man, them need.
Against them last season, every time
Mbappe, Neymar, and Di Maria are the front 3. Like I said, I don't know what's going to happen. It will be hilarious. Somehow we win this game 2-1, and it won't be our fault.
I can see it.
It'll be an own goal.
I can see it. When you're talking about the Ollie Judge, I can see it coming to fruition with a win tomorrow.
I think he's banking on the fact that we can physically overpower them in midfield.
Yeah.
Because it will be Herrera, it will be Di Maria, and it will be Idrissa Gueye. And Idrissa Gueye has not been on form.
Will not Di Maria be on the wing?
No, but if you've not got a 10, because Draxler's pants. So
yeah, but Draxler will play though.
Then they have 10 men.
Oh, he's not that bad. He's not that bad.
What? Have you watched Draxler?
No, he's poor, but he's not 10 men poor.
Julian Draxler is a pathetic player.
I'm gutted about his career, man. I'm gutted about
He
his
is
career.
not the player that Arsenal were pining for at Wolfsburg. He's not that.
There's also what's his name?
I've watched 3 PSG games this season, and every time he's come on, nothing has happened. Like he's dead.
Germany's Marseille game, he was awful.
He's dead. He's dead. They're playing with 10 men if he plays. Real rap.
Akil P says that you'll go for the Lindelof, Twanzebe, Shaw at centre back, and then Wan-Bissaka and Tellez as the wing backs.
Luke Shaw versus Mbappe.
Now, can I be honest? Unpopular opinion. I don't think Luke Shaw is too bad as a left centre back. I know I've received penalties for it in the past, but I think it maximises his abilities. He's got decent recovery pace.
I agree.
That's true though.
It's a bad situation, but you could patch over it potentially.
Like I said, tomorrow it's going to be funny, but I feel like we will play 5-3-2.
I was just going to say that.
Adrian, I think the only reason you think that is because I think Man United played Shaw there against Liverpool once. Am I right? At Old Trafford, and he did all right.
I've seen it a couple times. I don't think he's great, but he can do a service.
A service. That is the funniest thing ever. Anyway,
I'm of the belief that without Maguire is actually kind of a plus because he would get twisted up the entire game, so you don't need him there.
Thing is, yeah, Maguire's still the best centre half.
And Neymar and Di Maria, it's going to be hilarious. I don't know what's going to be. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be.
Oh, you're better than Maguire. No, he's bad.
I'll know where to stand. Let's put it that way.
He's bad. Our centre back is Eric Bailly.
I believe.
How much did he do it for?
I believe.
How much did he do it for?
Even
Play for Man United.
even $4,000 a week. I'd just say 4.
I said
Just
even 4p is greedy, you know.
Listen, bruv, I'm playing for Man United.
That man's got in his back pocket, you know?
Why?
Like it's £4.80.
Hey, Adrian, you know he's gonna put the whole 4 bags in his pocket.
I like.
Shorts, boy.
I'll buy a new pocket. Give me $3.80.
No, it's funny though. It is funny.
Every 5 minutes at the start of the game, I'll let the striker know I am there, bruv. Just don't pet around with me. Don't do that flashy stuff because I'll knock you out.
That's it. And the thing is, guys, you know who I saw in training today, and I almost fainted. Yeah, Marcos Rojo.
Bloody hell.
I said,
Wait, I think he got on the plane as well. I think he's
Marcus Alonso.
Rojo
is in Paris.
It's the Mark Red. Yeah, he's still there.
Where's
And the thing is, he's genuinely.
Wow.
I don't know who's better out of him and Maguire. I don't know. I do not know.
Wow.
But if everybody,
You can debate it.
How has he survived?
Twanzebe, Linda, no, Phil Jones is still there. If Phil Jones will survive the flood, if God said he's going to flood this thing, bro.
Yeah, he'll be the one that survives still.
Man survived 16 transfer windows. Goodness gracious me. The guy is
Oh my
still there.
days.
Listen,
Do you know how much money you spent at the back?
no, bro. We're right. And we're going to spend more next season, inshallah. So for me, I just feel like I just feel like tomorrow I'm not going to watch the game. Just like I didn't watch it.
Why not?
No, because you see me, yeah, I'm getting older, innit? Like, I don't want my heart to start shakuing, bro. Because
but we're back in the Champions League. Embrace that stuff.
no.
I like
No.
Yeah, it's only group stage, Ernest. It's only group stage.
It's to not finish third in the group. If it's 4th, 2nd, or 1st, count. I'm not going to play for this year.
Well, you don't want to play Lask?
Huh?
Zoya.
Huh? That's a Michelin.
We're playing a team in Ireland, fam.
No,
Why is this coming to?
I love
What? What your header?
That is mad.
Lord have mercy. Island. Bloody hell, Europe League.
Days, bro.
All right, let me get through some more comments.
Massive piss up.
And this is the reality. I feel like I lost hope in Oli. I think Southampton. I think Southampton is when I said, you know what? I gave up on him. I gave up on Pogba. Gave up on Bruno. The thing about Bruno is that his PMP is so strong that you can't deny his impact.
He has quality though.
No,
can't ignore that.
No, but my issue with Bruno is that he wastes too many passes. Like too many passes are wasted. I feel like he attempts a lot of foolish chances. Like there's risks that you can take, but then he'll pass to opposition and say he's tried, and it's like no, I'm not trying to.
Don't you think those players do that though? Because I remember that, for example, just for Arsenal's sake, like when we had Alexis Sanchez, he lost the ball the most, but he's a risk taker, and with that, you're gonna get a lot of passes and stuff.
It's risk and stupidity. I feel like someone said it. Like if you're missing a right winger or whatever, put Bruno out there. He can still do his stuff by doing his crosses and stuff like that. But he's out the way.
I'm so sorry to cut you in, yeah. But Adama Traore is coming on, and I was wondering why he was getting massaged. They put flipping Vaseline on his arms. Man modeling for flipping Pretty Little Thing.
Can I tell you what's more? You haven't given me the full story. It's raining. It's raining.
Why is man massaging his arms?
They can't touch him now. He was more. You can't touch him before. He made him extra slippery now. The rain will add more.
I listen, you man. I kid you not. Like when he signed for Wolves, I'll never forget. He was wearing a white shirt, yeah, but he had short sleeves and a long black tie. I said, you know what? He's a real McCoy. He's a proper guy. I said, you know what?
A short
Man,
shirt.
I was looking at Bill Buchanan from right to censor. I said, you know what? Fair enough. I said, fair enough, bro.
Hey,
Hey, bro, I'm dying.
He's different with me.
Adrian, you're not gonna kill me tonight.
Apparently, he doesn't lift weights.
It's straight calisthenics.
What do you mean he doesn't lift weights?
That might be monkey bars in the park.
Just pure.
No.
Bro.
Yeah, but I was saying it. It's like I can't remember. Someone on Twitter, I was talking to someone. They were talking about you can't do Bruno because he will always assist or score.
Right.
So what you do is you put him on the right where he can't really too much affect stuff with his wayward passes, and then you have a midfield that includes Van der Beek. You put like Makic there or whatever watch one, and then you put Pogba there. You got technique in there. You got protection. You still get Bruno's output without having to waste the space in Daniel James, and then everyone can kind of be there.
Do you know, I feel sorry for like Mata for this reason because he always gets put in a team which is like a wash B team, right? I'd love to see him play in a team where, like, okay, say PSG tomorrow, right? Man United are going to put some of their best players out there. I'd love to see Mata in the mix because he mix it up with a source there. He could do. I still feel like he could do a job.
I'll be honest. He usually does like religiously make our Champions League squad.
He plays.
Like he plays in Champions League. He played. You remember when we beat Juve in Turin?
Yes.
Him and Sanchez were the reason why we did this thing. And
Yeah,
for me,
that's true.
I think Mata has his place.
Mhm.
I just think that he's very much misused. I think the last manager to use him properly was Van Gaal. Like when we played City and beat them 4-2. Yeah, the amount of like trickery because he's not fast, but for whatever reason,
It's the brain. He has brain. That's what it is.
Personally, I've said it on this podcast. We've been doing this podcast for 6 years. I've said it every year. I would love to put Mata's brain in Lingard's body because the amount of ability that Mata has is unreal.
Yeah,
but his body doesn't allow him to.
The body says no. Yeah. He's got the techers. He's got the intelligence.
Every single time we play a team with a low block in the league and he starts, we win. Every single time. And for me, I just feel like
I would have him over Willian.
No, I in a heart. And the thing is, now that Pogba's gone on holiday and he doesn't want to play for us anymore, like it's the perfect time to pick functionality over flair. So Donny van der Beek, Bruno Fernandes, Mata, Fred, McTominay, they work. Like we didn't play Pogba last season at the Parc des Princes, and I feel like it was the difference between just get it done. And
that was passion. No,
I disagree. I think McTominay and Fred and Pereira
had the game of their lives.
I think that's literally Fred's best performance to date.
Yeah,
100%. And I want to run agendas. Like he's not levels in that, but for that game, like those guys played well. And
he has good games, mate.
I feel with Fred when it comes, I think he's just more suited to Europe. Like with the whole Premier League, where it's just rough and tough and all that stuff. Europe, it's more about flair, technical ability. How do you function? Yeah,
it's a Europe or chaos.
Yeah, because it's stupid. You compare it to like Rodrigo. You see all of his underlying stats and all that. The man doesn't run. He doesn't run. He doesn't sprint. He just he's techy on the ball, does his passes, and he moves on. If you watch him, the man doesn't move very fast. He doesn't run about.
He doesn't run at all.
Just knows where he's meant to be. So it's like it's the system of a team. You put Mata in that Everton team, he's gonna ball. He doesn't have to do the running around nonsense that he's expected to do everywhere else.
Yes. Let me read some comments. Boss Like Endo said Cavani's getting ready to pepper Chelsea on Saturday.
Oscar, I have to stop you there because there has been a goal at Ellen Road and it's gone to Wolves again. This time around, it is finally there. Raul Jimenez, a massive deflection though. To put the foot. What's it? Root footed? What's the thing when the goalkeeper's heels are stuck to the ground? What do they call it?
Wrong footed.
Oh, they're rooted to the ground. Rooted to the ground.
Yeah, rooted to the ground. Whatever. The deflection just sent him left. And
they bought this.
Adam or assist? Yeah.
Say again.
You try to assist.
What was that? Adam or assist?
It was. You know what it is? I think it was, but it was one of those like he passed it to him, and then Raul done all like the dribbling.
It counts.
Yeah, it counts. As in, it counts. But I think I need to see it back because he's held the ball for a long time and he's dribbling.
They need to be capped, them assists. Like it might be like a 0.5 system. Because Timo Werner, did you see what Timo Werner had to do to score his first goal? And then Ben Chilwell's put it in with an assist.
Now,
That
but we
can't
see,
be right. But if I play an eye of the needle through ball, I break lines, I take out a whole back line, it counts as the same assist. It can't. I'm gonna write a petition.
Yeah.
Why not?
Oscar, can we go to Stamford Bridge on that note and talk about the calamitous, the appalling defense of Chelsea? I've run out of words.
Guys, it's happened again. That's what
It is
happened.
happening again. You're damn right. It is. Oh my days.
Boss Laendo said, just before I go, I want to let you guys know a fun fact. Chelsea have the same points at this stage as last season, having spent £250 million.
Yeah.
it's quite sweet.
Frankie Lampard, super Frank. Oscar, you see your team, yeah, at the back.
Yeah.
Don't ever think about challenging for the league because it's not going to happen because your defense is a shambolic mess. I don't care who you're playing. Whether Southampton, you're conceding free. The second goal Southampton scored, Shea Adams' goal is what was worthy of. All of those defenders or all of those players involved need to give back that money, give back that wages that week, send it to the Chelsea Foundation, source whatever everything you have, whatever it be, the homeless, the COVID crisis is running rife, people have lost jobs. You need to pay everyone in that borough because I'm listening, yeah. Listen, you know me, I get very, very angry very easily with poor defending. What the heck did I see at Stamford Bridge for that second goal? Because it's one thing when Kepa came out and Danny Ings done him, I said, look at that idiot. Never mind. We carried on. He went to the byline. I don't know if he got a hand to it. I think he took a shot. I think the keeper gets a hand to it. The ball's just bouncing in the 6-yard box.
He didn't get a hand to it. That's the issue. The issue is he didn't get a hand to it.
Shea Adams and Ings almost fight for the ball that they want to have it. And then Shea Adams, yeah, I mean, he's come out of nowhere to just blast the ball. Honestly, guys, yeah, Oscar, listen, yeah, your team is pathetic at defending. And I'm not even joking. It's actually criminal. You should not be a Premier League side based on your defending alone. It's a pathetic, shambolic defensive.
That's not how it works, though. That's not how it works.
I'm being very serious, bro, because you know we're tuning up and cruising, absolutely cruising, yeah?
You know, like,
and we know,
in the Tesla.
and the thing is, I like self-control driving, yeah. And the thing is, when Danny Ings scored the first goal, you thought, you know what, it can happen. Danny Ings is a lethal forward in the Premier League lately. He could score a goal out of nothing. But when I was seeing that, you know what, when Kai Havertz lost the ball and then it went down the other end, I thought, you know what, bruv, I'm sick to death, bruv. Lampard should be fired, bruv, because he cannot defend. And he's been like this. Nothing has changed since last season. And you're telling me 250 million was put in there. And Oscar said to me, his team has improved with Mendy, the unemployed Mendy, 5 years ago, and then the freaking haggard Thiago Silva. No, I'm not having none of it, bro. Your defenders are washed, blood. Your back five is washed, blood.
In fairness, two of them weren't playing, so by that argument, that's not fair. In that game specifically, Thiago wasn't playing. Neither was Mendy. So
at the end of the day, the stats will show, 3-3 at West Brom, 3-3 at Southampton, and this team somehow will still finish in the top 4 because obviously up top they've got a superb side up top.
No, but to your point, like Thiago Silva should not be the difference between 3-0 and 3-3. Like,
yep.
Lampard as a coach, he's the coach.
They had a 4-0 They had a 4-0 clean sheet the week before.
Coaches have to coach.
Before the international break, they had a 4-0 clean sheet after that hoodoo at West Brom. And then you come back and you're giving me again.
But look who's missing. I'm just saying. I'm trying to. No, but I'm saying that. Well, you said they had a 4-0 clean sheet last week. What's his name? Pardon?
Thiago Silva played in the 3-3.
Yeah, I'm just comparing the difference between the Crystal Palace one and then this one. Two of the guys who were in that. Yeah.
How can it be so night and day? So night and day.
To be brutally honest, if I was to say what I thought, if Mendy and Thiago Silva were in that game, I think we would have won 3-2. I think 2 of those goals are still going in. I think the second goal, which was just a complete mess, where Zuma decides to give a half pass to Kepa. I honestly can't believe that I'm back on this podcast. I can't believe I'm talking about Kepa again. Like, I thought when we signed Mendy and we played against Tottenham, that was it. I thought I'd never have to speak about Kepa again. He's gone from my life. But here we are again, and he's cost us another game. And I would love to sit here and talk about how poor our defense is, but Ernest made a point. The issue lies at the door of Frank Lampard, because aside from those goals, Chelsea lost control of the game in the second half. In the first half, we were 2-0 up. We were cruising, as you man said. We were playing the best football I've seen us play all season. Bruv, Werner, Havertz, Pulisic, Pulisic's close control, is a madness. But it all needs to be forgotten, because the team came out for the second half and completely lost control of the midfield. What I don't understand about Chelsea is that it looks like we play two separate teams. We have a back five, which is the keeper and the four. Then we have our front four, and then we have Jorginho and Kante, who just joined the front. Like, Lampard loves to play this system where we press the opposition. So when the other team has the ball with their centre backs, Kante and Jorginho are in the final third pressing with the attackers. It makes no sense. So all you have to do is play one ball into the midfield and we're exposed. The reason Zuma makes a mistake like that is because we were under pressure. Like, those defenders constantly didn't get a rest, and then you got Kepa in goal, so you're already under pressure from how rubbish he is. So mistakes just come. Yeah?
Can I ask you,
Go for
what is your assessment of Kante under Lampard? Do you think that he has regressed?
No. I tweeted this today. Someone tweeted about saying that Kante is like not the same player that he was before. And I'll say Kante played 20 games last season. Yeah, he was hampered with injuries. He started 20 league games. The season before that, he started 34. The season before that, he started 36. Lampard's not had Kante. Like, half of those games we're talking about, he's just coming back from injury. So he's still been able to pull out world-class performances. However, when you're criticizing Lampard, the system is the issue. Like, me and Peter sat next to each other and we watched the FA Cup final. Peter, you'll remember this. There was a moment when Chelsea were winning 1-0, Arsenal playing out from the back, Martinez has passed the ball to your centre-back or whatever, and you've got Kante and Jorginho in Arsenal's box. I kid you not. In Arsenal's box. Pressing, and then the ball goes over the top, and we saw how many times Aubameyang just ran at Aspilicueta, bust his hamstring because he ran at him a couple of times. This is what happens to our defence all the time. This is what happens to they're isolated.
Two midfielders pressing so high.
Bro, it's ridiculous, Ernest. It's ridiculous. We play like two separate teams. We play like an attacking team that presses in the front, one ball over the top, and they're finished. It's three defenders, and you've got Zuma, Christensen, who I don't even think they're the worst defenders on their day. I think the system leaves them so exposed. And I was listening to another Chelsea podcast this week that was saying that since Lampard joined, in his pre-season games of his first season, we started playing this way. Apparently, David Luiz had a bust up with Lampard over this system, which is why they clashed, because David Luiz was like, bro, you're leaving us exposed. And we had a friendly against I think it was Mönchengladbach, and you see like somebody screenshotted stills from the game, and you just see the centre back so far from the midfield, and the same screenshots are the same thing you see against Southampton. The defense has not changed, and Lampard it's incompetence to not even think before that.
When you say that you see the gap between the defence and midfield, it sounds not like Emery at Arsenal. That was the gap between the defence and midfield was massive. Emery was doing it, and that's where I can blame Lampard for it, because tactically it's nonsensical. You've got Southampton, one of the best pressing. If they won't do anything else, they'll press you to death. And you now have everyone high. So if they press you, which they're going to do, and now they just left them open at the back, and you've got Danny Ings, who's lethal. Shea Adams not that great, but he's quick as hell. Even Walcott, he's whatever, but he will still run at you. And he loves it. He loves a big game. He loves playing against Chelsea.
Big up here.
It's just a bit weird.
He does love playing against Chelsea. Did you? I think you commented that last week, and then this is a howler. Yeah, but like you were saying, we watched Aston Villa versus Liverpool, and Liverpool kept getting done with the high line. The thing with Chelsea is Chelsea play a high attack, but the defense is deep. Like, defense don't even play a high line.
That's a skin of football manager, you know.
Not simple.
You don't do that.
So like the idea that Kante looks bad in this team, the idea that Jorginho didn't look great last season. I mean, come on, what can you expect?
You know what? You already know my thoughts on Lampard anyway. But you made some interesting point there about the sort of the setup, the style in which you play, right? Yeah. I'm going to watch Chelsea a bit closer for the next 5 or 6 or whatever games, right? And just see whether or not it's more so he's implementing a wrong system, or whether or not it's a case of this defense is shoddy and it needs to be changed. Because maybe you get a bit more out of that defense. Who knows?
Look,
But
he's so Lampard is so gassed by Jurgen Klopp. Like he's on the Gegen press thing. Why do you think Mount plays every single game? Because he wants someone to press from the front.
That's his child.
Yeah, no, but it's his child because he'll do what he says. He says press and he'll do it. He doesn't even like Pulisic as much. He doesn't even like Pulisic as much. Like he played Pulisic.
With Mount though, I think he has to play because he gives like 8, 9 out of 10 each game. He is that good.
He doesn't have to play.
No, but he's good.
What do you mean effort? You mean effort, right?
As in, like he does perform.
All you're telling me is that his passion. He works hard. Bare Brexit.
The thing is, it's because you've got Kai Havertz, you've got Pulisic, you've got Ziyech coming in, and so there's a bit more. There's more sauce. You know what I'm saying? But Mount, you can't drop him.
You can drop him.
Yes, you can. Peter, he was dropped against Palace. We won 4-0. Bro, you can drop him.
Okay, Palace, fair enough, but I think in a big game anyway, I feel like you do play him. He hasn't been bad. No one's got an issue with Mount though. No Chelsea fan is like saying Mount's rubbish or anything like that. We like Mason Mount. It's the idea that you're playing him on the wing. You played Mount on the left wing when Pulisic is a left winger, so Pulisic's now forced out on the right. You play him as a winger over Hudson-Odoi, who's on the bench. Like, come on, man. Now we got a game tomorrow against Sevilla. Huh? He still puts in a shift. That's the problem. When Callum Hudson-Odoi plays, okay, he's a lot more direct. He's a lot more. That's more his position. But I'm putting my money on Mount against Sevilla than I am Callum Hudson-Odoi. It's a bigger game with 2 high of a risk.
It sounds a bit. It's like Southgate. It's like nothing's wrong with Mount. Like he's a good player. I don't think anyone with sense is saying Mount crap. I think the issue is it feels like Lampard is literally just forcing him in. Like he could be in a bad run of form and he'll still find a way to force him in the team. He'll probably play him like a 6 if he had to.
Fair enough.
That's the issue.
Play him right back if he had to.
He would.
It does look like that.
I believe he would.
I think it does look like that, but I just feel like I don't think you can drop him in a sense of he hasn't warranted a reason to be dropped. Fair enough, they won 4-0 against Palace when he wasn't playing. It's a good argument.
Look, Mount is a 21-year-old. Okay, he's going to have bad games. They just
by the way, check that point you just made there. He's a 21-year-old. Do you know how exceptional he's playing for his age right now?
But PR, number one. He's all right. He's all right. But the thing is, when you look at all the other 21-year-olds in our team, they're all regulated. Tomori played half a season, didn't play the other half. Pulisic played half a season, didn't play the other half. You've got who else have we got? Hudson-Odoi hardly gets the game under Lampard. He regulates the young players well. Why is it Mason Mount is playing 53 games last season? Peter, it's too much. It's too much.
Yeah, for me, if you're 21 or whatever,
I don't see why we're picking a problem with him playing 53 games.
No. The reality is, like Mount is much more of a system player than he is. He is
an outstanding.
A shoe-in.
Yeah.
In Chelsea's best starting 11, Mount does not start.
Sure.
He does not start.
Yeah, on talent.
And the reality is, I feel like a lot of the time he is to Lampard what Willian was to Jose. Like he just starts because man likes it. But in terms of the quality of the system, he doesn't have a long-term effect.
He teaches Pep.
Go on.
He teaches Pep. Is one of the guys that he'll do what the manager does ask him to do, and he'll do it like again. This is not like a detriment on his ability. Like he'll do it because he wants to do it. Like he can press, he can do that stuff. He's not a talentless player, but it feels more like it's a case of Frank likes him, so I'm going to play him. Not a case of he needs to play. That's like part of my feelings when it comes to certain players. So like Xhaka, I feel like he's not necessary to play, but he'll play because he's good at getting into the good books of the manager.
Yeah. No, I agree. But I think last season, the amount of games Mount played, it's a season that didn't have Kai Havertz or, you know what I'm saying, and half, maybe Pulisic didn't play half the season or whatever. Like, there was a spot for him. That he
but they didn't play because Mount played. Barkley is out on loan because Mount played.
Like, that's what I'm saying. That was the competition, was Barkley and Mount, and you'd play Mount, personally.
Mm-hmm.
He's really shown up. If the guy's 21 now, he was 20 last season. The guy's shown up. Like I'm not mad.
I don't know what you're saying. You're saying he's played well, but he hasn't been doing. You're saying he's shown up. He hasn't been like brilliant. He's been okay.
No, I agree. I'm saying he's been like 8 out of 10s every single week for Chelsea. 7 out of 10 lowest.
Maybe it's I don't see that either.
There's some games where he has a stinker, and that's just it with Mount. In terms of,
Werner's levels there. I said it before. He just needs to start. He'll get a goal and he'll start going off.
Yeah, I was never worried about Werner though. I was never worried about Werner. He's gonna do that, and he did it really, really well. So yeah, we got a comment from Footy Agendas. Sorry about the other comments. I will get to those in a bit. But he says Lampard sees himself in Mount. Someone needs to remind him that he's the highest goal scoring midfielder in Premier League history, and Mount's ceiling is Jordan Henderson max. I wouldn't say that. I think like Lampard was at Mount's age. Mount is better than Lampard was. If you reverse it, do you know what I mean? Lampard wasn't anyone special coming up in academies.
Yeah, at that age, definitely.
But Mount's got technical ability. If he keeps playing, he will become a better player. But I just think for what we need right now, when we need to win games, it's sad that we're talking about Mount now because Mount's not the reason we drew. It's got nothing to do with Mount.
Yeah,
but
it's to do with his dad.
It's to do with Lampard and it's to do with Chelsea going forward. We got Sevilla tomorrow, then we got Man United on Sunday.
Julian Lopetegui, come on!
Fun game.
No. We'll beat Sevilla.
Where are you at?
It's hot. Stamford Bridge.
I don't mean that anymore. I remember Valencia last season, bro. I remember Rodrigo, who's on the pitch right now, giving you one at the end of the last season.
You know, in Spain, can they have fans in the?
No, it's only France. Only France. But France now has a curfew at 9 p.m. So that's why no one's allowed into the stadium tomorrow night for PSG.
Like slightly unfair for like English teams to go abroad when then they pull in their
So PSG and PSG Rennes. I don't know what time Rennes are playing, but the 8 p.m. kickoffs, no fans because of the curfew in France.
Right.
Yeah.
What's that in though?
Yeah, and it was like there was like half the stadium there, bro.
Yeah, half the stadium's full. It's also Germany. Yeah, Germany have fans.
They have a rules that if you're gonna come in, you got to wear a mask the entire game. Apparently, they did so. But that's German people are smart and they follow rules.
Germans know no ball.
Yeah,
that's
German
why
efficiency.
Yeah, that's why. Havertz and Werner are thriving. What's that Endo asked? Why does Christensen start over Tomori?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Fantastic question.
Is it though? Is it a fantastic question?
Because Christensen should be playing.
Huh?
It's just a height.
But Tomori is not like that much better than Christensen. Like it's apples and oranges. It's the same. They're the same like level.
But isn't that what they're asking though? It's like if you can play because like Tomori, I felt like he was frozen out. Like he was just gone.
Yeah, like Tomori. The treatment of Tomori was mad. I'm not gonna lie, because he played bare games and then we never saw it.
Bro. He done a dirt behind the scenes, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
That was just weird.
I don't know what Lampard was on. Like he just said, Tomori, you're not playing again, and he never played again.
He was playing fine, then he played poorish. Then he was like about the same level as everyone else.
But you have with Tomori, a lot of the mistakes you see at Chelsea, Tomori made bare of those last season, and they just didn't go punished. Like there was bare times Tomori would give the ball away in our own half. Tomori would he'd just do silly stuff, man. I don't think he's the finished article yet. I don't know why he didn't go on loan to West Ham. Apparently that loan was on the table deadline day, and
that's ridiculous.
That's asinine to me because he's not going to play this seain and he's not ready for Chelsea. He's just not. Like
he's very raw.
People's estimation of Tomori is higher than it actually is, and I think it's because he's got quick recovery pace. So he runs back and makes those late challenges, but those challenges that you wouldn't be making if you were in the right position in the first place.
Yeah, but would he be
highlight reel?
To be fair, would he be starting at West Ham?
I don't think.
I mean, he's got.
I think Moisey said that, you know.
Well,
he would start at West Ham.
Who's the defenders?
They've got Ogbonna.
We're getting there.
And they signed a centre back, didn't they? What's my man's name?
The number 5. He came from, what was he for? But when there's 4, and then there's a number 5, that white dude, and then they got that Ogbonna as well.
But the reason I think the reason I think Tomori would start for West Ham is because I think Tomori has played right back before, and he's better than Masuaku.
Oh yeah, he is.
Well, Masuaku plays on the left anyway. Different sides.
Oh, there's on the left.
I think everyone on this podcast.
No, Cresswell plays on the left. Cresswell's on the left.
So what? No, because there was someone else playing there. Because I watched the game yesterday. Someone else playing on the other side. I think maybe would they play
Masuaku?
Maybe they'll play three at the back, and Cresswell was like at the third.
Maybe.
No, they play 5 at the back still.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, he could get in. He could get in the free. I think he could get in the free. Like tomorrow, either way, he'd get more games at West Ham than he would at Chelsea. Like, if Lampard's made his mind up about you, he's made his mind up about Mount. He's going to play. He's made his mind up about Tomori. He's not going to play. You know what I mean? Like, that's how Mount is.
If I'm Tomori, if I'm saying, look, am I on the bench at West Ham, at the bench at Chelsea? I'm gonna ride it out at Chelsea, or just get me a loan.
But it's more likely.
But realistically, he's not going to be the bench at West Ham.
Yeah, he'll get games.
He plays. Like, I give West Ham like 3 more games before someone makes a mistake in that defense, and it's madness. So he plays.
Fair dues.
And even if we get an injury and he comes in at Chelsea, he'll make one mistake and then we'll see Rudiger again. We won't see Tomori. Tomori's not playing games, bro. Are we done with Chelsea? You got any more questions on that? I think.
Nah.
Wait, can I go back?
I've got a question for you, bro. Actually,
Go through.
Like, obviously, we know like Roman Abramovich is a ruthless, unscrupulous leader. And like last season, I was very reserved. I thought Ernie was a bit harsh on Lampard's level. I thought, lack of window, youth players, etc. and so forth. This season, the bag has been spent. He's gotten the players. Roman is going to expect progression. Can Lampard get sacked this season? That's just what I've.
Can he get sacked? Yeah. I think he could get sacked at the end of the season if we don't get Champions League football. I think that's feasible.
Mid-season.
It would have to get very bad. I don't think Lampard would even complain at that. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he'd be like.
No one survives Roman.
Yeah, I mean, he was there at Chelsea when people were getting sacked. He can't be.
Yeah. No one survives Roman.
And Lampard's known that. Like, he's known that. Even when we got top 4, he was out in press conferences saying, "Oh, I've come to Chelsea. We didn't come here to get top 4. I know the level of this club." So if you're going to talk the big talk, then you can't be shocked when the sack comes if you don't make it. So it's as simple as that. He needs to pattern up. And I think he's pressed. I think Lampard's pressed. Because sorry to cut you, Peter, but I think in the press conference he had today, he came to the press conference with stats. Like, they asked him questions. They were like, "Oh, you've conceded the most goals. Your goal ratio is the worst of any Chelsea manager under Abramovich." And then he came back like, "Oh, but we've conceded the least shots next to City. City are the best at not conceding shots, and we're the second best." And I'm like, you were prepared for the question because you knew it was coming. You know the pressure's on now.
I feel sorry for him in that sense, Like, as much as like set pieces, he's poor. Defensive shape isn't necessarily great. Kepa is genuinely an awful goalkeeper. So Lampard is saying, go for it.
That was it. It's that Kepa is ruining that man's defensive. Yeah.
So realistically, like you said, well, actually, if you look at it, we don't concede an awful lot of shots, yet we concede a lot. Why is that? It's because I've got a crap goalkeeper. So
yeah, but that's not the reason, I don't think.
The thing is, Oscar, what I'd say is that the reason why Lampard would lose his job if he doesn't make the top 4 is that there are no fans there this season. I genuinely think that the fans would actually back Lampard, even if he finishes 6th, 7th, whatever, they would back him, and Roman will feel a bit hard pressed to get rid. But because you can't feel the tension of the fans, I think it's easier to make that decision now to sack him by the end of the season.
You make a good case. That's true. But the Chelsea fans never in the stadium. The fans in the stadium never got on the back of Mourinho. They sang Jose Mourinho till the day he walked out of that club, and we finished 10th that season. So I don't know how much that sways Abramovich. I think he'd still get rid of Lampard.
Mourinho came with pedigree though. With the others, with your AVBs and so on, those guys didn't really have a chance. Sorry, they didn't have. They were never sung for. Do you know what I'm saying? So those guys there, I don't see. I see Lampard unfortunately getting the boot if he doesn't make the top 4.
Okay. B Arsenal Guna said not end of the season, end of November. That's ambitious. Boss like Endo also said, how you conceded 63 goals in 43 games. Mad.
Jesus Christi.
That's a howler. That's a howler. All right. Before we move on from Chelsea, I'm going to read. There was a few comments during the Man United period that I missed, so I'm going to go back to those. Akil P said it will be hilarious if Draxler comes on and scores the winning goal tomorrow. Ernest is talking all that crud. Akil P also said United can't afford a midfield of Pogba, Bruno, and Matic against PSG. Fred needs to play. Matic has no legs.
I mean, I wouldn't play Pogba. I don't know why he's left Pogba in that 3. You know, if you want to take out Matic, fine, but I don't think Pogba should be in that 3 either.
Well, Pogba doesn't have legs either. I guess that's his point. Yeah, he said, no, Ernest, you can't do that. There must be some youth, anyone to motivate to watch this game. I guess he's saying you should be watching the game tomorrow.
It's because he's saying should be some youth in you. He said you're getting old. That's why.
Yeah. Footy Agenda says they're putting oil / Vaseline on Traore, gets a lot of bruises because players can't catch him up in transition, so they end up knocking him down. Raw, that's an interesting insight.
Honestly, the science in football is just ridiculous these days. By the way,
there must be some sports science to it.
Full time at Ellen Road, Leeds 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. Great win for Wolves.
Big win. They needed that, bro. They was on a slope.
You see Patrick Bamford, I think he's not. He's still the same guy he was when he was at City. He's just big, bro. He's just tall for no reason.
Bamford at City,
bro.
City? What club? What City?
Well, Norwich City, yeah.
Was he not at Man City?
No, Chelsea.
No, Chelsea.
It was Chelsea.
Chelsea boy, yeah.
And Chelsea.
He went to. I remember he was at Borough.
You're thinking of Patrick Roberts. You're speaking of Patrick Roberts.
Oh yeah, Roberts was City and Celtic. Yeah.
Bamford is not. I watched him every game. He's not good, bro.
Yeah, he misses a lot. For me, he misses a lot. I think he's okay, but he does miss a lot of chances.
Even in the games that he has scored, I'm like, this guy's not good, bro.
He's a championship striker at best, man.
He's spooky.
Yeah, I've never really liked him, to be fair.
I don't mind Bamford. He's got me points in fantasy. So.
Of course, that's why you don't mind him.
Speaking of fantasy, the link is in the description of this video. You can join our fantasy league if you want to. As I said last week, I am still top of that league, so you can fight for second place.
I fully forgot fantasy until Liverpool Everton came when I was like, oh snap. So yeah, I took a hit this week. Don't worry.
Also, if you're watching, please give the video a like. And also comment. We will read out your comments. Peter, what are we on to next?
Shall we talk about the other 3-3?
I was going to say, can we go to White Hart Lane, people? Oh, no, wait, to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, people. Tottenham Hotspur, who had, was it a 3-0 lead?
3-0 at half-time.
And Tottenham Spurs it up. We're all having a party. Lanzini's goal
was...
Oscar screamed, yeah, and I was like, I wanted to hear the commentary. I wanted to hear like the pandemonium. This guy on the floor, like just ran to the floor.
I did a full slide. Like when Lanzini banged it in, I slid my knees on the floor. I couldn't believe it. What a goal! What a goal!
That game was beautiful. Because I said it was gonna. Because at halftime, yeah, to piss off my friends, I was like, it's gonna be 3-3. It's West Ham, and I was joking about it, and I said, no way, that actually happened.
Yeah, no, for real. When it was 2-0.
I saw you said that to me. You said, "Oh, it's going to be 3-3 at the end."
No. Here's the convo. Here was the convo. Yeah, I came. Was it because I come in the house at like 2-0 in it? I just missed the start. I'm like 2-0 down already. I was like, for goodness sake, West Ham, right? And then you were like, "Nah, no Jose Mourinho side concedes 3." I said, "Fam, it's not a Jose Mourinho defense. That defense has got leaks and bounds of a magnitude that you can't imagine." And even the first game against West Ham, Mourinho's first game. Do you remember 2-0 up, quick? Was it 3-0 up even quick? And then they conceded 2 late goals, and it was like squeaky bum. And then what I saw yesterday was fantastic, bro. The thing is, West Ham weren't even that great. They were lucky to get anything out of that game.
I thought they weren't bad.
Do you think so? Because I thought maybe Spurs took their foot off the gas. But
I think started brilliantly. Like Spurs were like, you can't take it away from them. They started off like a rocket, but. When I'm watching the game, I was annoyed because like, oh bloody hell, they're gonna like smack them like 5-0.
Yeah.
Then West Ham weren't poor. They started off a bit shaky because I didn't think they thought it was going to be like an early goal. But they were, and then obviously 3-0 happened, and it's like that can't be good for anyone. But then come second half, especially, they stepped it up, and then Spurs, I think they got gassed and thought 3-0 was fine, and they kind of off a bit. And then you see West Ham, where it's like they're West Ham, and they're gonna bully you. That's what they do. If they're not gonna do like much, they will just fight. Antonio will always be there at the end of something. Souček will fight someone in the midfield. Things will be happening. Rice will eventually get on the ball and start doing some stuff. And then that's what they do. They're a bullying team. They've got, what's his name? Bowen, who I think is, and they'll eventually start. And then Spurs being Spurs, they start to go back a bit more, and then stuff starts to happen. Set pieces, they do that. And then obviously the Sanchez is just,
you know what, yeah? Two players, yeah? Those two players. Davinson Sanchez and Serge Aurier, honestly, they'll be the death of that club because they don't ever seem to learn from these mistakes. Why do they still keep playing them?
Include what's his name, Alderweireld. He's been dead for a while.
Oh, Alderweireld as well, yeah? Do you know what? I ain't kept my eye on him.
I'll be honest, I thought he was decent yesterday.
The level he's been at has been dropping slowly every game since.
Compared to the one that Man United tried to sign, you'd think this guy's levels have dropped dramatically.
Alderweireld is declining with a Sanchez who's just madman, and then Aurier there.
I told guys on the pod week 1 when he signed 43 million quid from Ajax.
You said it.
Week 1. And by the way, Colombia's 2 centre halves, Davinson Sanchez and Yerry Mina. My God, have you watched Colombia defend? By the way, I watched Colombia in the World Cup, bro. They were shocking.
Manchester United
God awful.
Yerry Mina.
So did Barcelona. Oh, Barcelona had them.
Yeah.
Oh my
God.
God.
The thing is, I was watching the game at Jamal's house, and I was like, that second goal, what was Davinson Sanchez doing?
What was he doing? And the thing is,
he tried to head the ball.
It happened 5 minutes before, where he heads. Well, I think at the last second, Lloris shouts at him, and he just leaves it. So then Lloris catches it. The exact same ball came again. Moyes literally said, "Give it to them."
You know what? I don't 100% like. It was obviously a bad on goal, but also it was one of those things where if he didn't head it, Bowen was literally right behind him. It would have gone in. So I think he thought, let me try and head it away. As a lot of defenders would do, especially because he didn't hear anything from the keeper. I think he assumed he's going to head it out for a corner. But he was on the wing because Yarmolenko's pass was so obvious like he was going to do it. How did no one?
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I was thinking, how are you not doing? You know, like the way Sanchez headed it. It's like, oh, he's out of position. Why are you out of position? Like, what's going on there in the first place? Like, it was so mental. It was absolutely mental.
And it's so nuts here because if it's not Sanchez, it's Dyer.
And if it's not it's Sanchez.
even at right back here, who is genuinely better out of Doherty? And
my God!
No one can tell me Doherty is better than only because Doherty has not been playing right back. He's been playing wing back, and he played right back in some games for Spain, and he's been crap.
But Serge Aurier constantly costing that club. The free kick that led to the goal, that led to Lanzini's goal. Do you remember the foul? It was so inept. Yeah, it was just like, what? Why have you done that?
I'm not gonna lie. Either the sons are working.
And do you remember at the beginning? Yeah, Cresswell sends the ball first time. Yeah, and the referee flags up because he's like, "Look, guys, sort it out in the defense." And we thought, "Oh crap, Cresswell's missed that perfect ball." Man, done it again, bro. Yep. Whipped it in there again. Obviously, they cleared their lines, but obviously didn't track it down.
Thank God, because I've been on Winks' case for a minute. He's poor, and that was a dumb thing he did there.
Listen, Lola, for Winks. Oh, what a mistake, Jose! What a mistake!
You've got like less than a minute left in the game. You all know it's near the end. You clear the ball. This one's trying to do tech on the edge of the box.
He's trying to flick it on. I don't know what he's trying to do.
I'm not feeling the winky winks.
No wink, blood.
Hey, you know what?
The thing is about how he winks.
Man, I like Winks.
Nothing wrong here. I'm being a bit harsh on his but like Winks is he's fine. That's the thing. He's okay.
He's a 5-6 out of 10 player.
He's a 6.
Yeah, he'll keep it simple. That's the one thing I'd expect. Keep it simple.
Yeah, that's what he didn't do. He went above his station. He went above his station trying to be a bit extra in the possible time. And then
I bet he was thinking, what's Lanzini doing there? He's very for Lanzini should be in the box.
I'm not gonna lie. See my boy Manuel. Before his injury, I was like, nah, this guy can't play for West Ham.
When him and Payet were together,
he was good.
Days.
Bro, Lanzini went to his barber and said, "Boss man, I need a level 2
skip."
Man got that mixture picture. He was playing about. He's come to fight. He's a warrior. What? Level 1, all over.
They're not doing nothing, bro.
literally one of the.
Oh, Eddie, like Eddie.
Every time has a message he doesn't play.
Oh my days.
I mean, they had David Moore in his crook legs doing up jumping jacks on the side of the pitch.
This team boys in celebration.
Hey, why the Hublot on you know?
He was just happy to be out there.
No, but you know what makes it sweet is because I started off this game thinking, Moyes, why did you come to the game? It's 3-0 down. See what happens when you come to the game. You should have stayed at home. And then they obviously bring him. But what adds to it is that what's his name? Bale could have easily put it up 4-2. And
yeah. Bale had time to win it.
Yeah.
The thing is, I could tell my love-hate for Bale this season's going to be like this year. Because when he did the trickery, 1-2, I was like, oh. When he missed, I said, get in, you scum.
Do you know who gave me life on Twitter? The Madrid fans.
Oh, they were
on smoke as soon as Bale missed. So, you know, they was literally like giving funerals, saying we warned you, and literally on his case, like this Bale watch on the
smoke. Yeah,
it was funny because it was 3-0 when he came on in it. It was 3-0 when he came on. It's like people ignore the fact that it was also 3-0 when Winks came on, but that's not as fun for gender. Bale is there. Bale comes on. You Jordan.
It quite criminal, man. It was quite a sabotage, if I'm honest, because they had a good game. He's been playing well lately.
And the thing about Bale, there was a compilation of Bale's like everything he did in the game, and he lost the ball like every time.
He wasn't great. But it's early in it, so agendas are going to run.
Agendas, of course.
Agendas must run.
What I did see,
it's sad. It was meant to be his homecoming.
He was blowing out his arse though after he missed that goal. He was tired. Heavy.
For agenda says Marsa was battering Bale as soon as Lanzini scored. Did you see that? Did you see that article? That man took every opportunity.
They are on it.
Them man are ruthless. David, it's the history, yeah? It's the history.
I was going to say, Lanzini caught it though. Lanzini is like saying, "Oh, Benrahma's here, yeah. Let me step up my game so I don't get dropped." He brought it.
I mean, he's out of the side without Benrahma.
It is the history of the Tottenham.
That video is
that interview forever.
When that resurfaced, yeah. When that video resurfaced, it is one of the greatest videos of all time. Oh my god, I love it.
Do you know what's so funny about West Ham? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they've just signed Benrahma, and like I feel like Moyes has anyone who's a little bit techie, he doesn't like them. They don't play. So like Yarmolenko's got a bit of tech, doesn't start for West Ham. Felipe Anderson, they just got rid of. Sebastian Haller, not on the pitch. Lanzini, not on the pitch. He doesn't like these kind of players. So I'm very surprised that Benrahma's got in.
But in fairness to Moyes, I mean, I don't particularly like it. Everyone you named, Moyes was constantly playing and they were shit. So
like, they were playing.
Everyone he replaced him with, the Antonios, the what's his name?
Bowens.
Who's on the other side? It's Antonio, Bowen, and I can't remember
what's his name. The Scot. The Scot.
Snodgrass.
Snodgrass.
No, Snodgrass came on. He didn't start.
Someone else came on. But everyone else has been playing over the techie players. He picked them after the techie players weren't doing anything, and since he's been playing them, they've been winning. So in fairness to him, there's no point in changing him. It's working.
I'm a Moyes fan. I'm a Moyes fan because I see whatever he's got at his plate, he's horses for causes. He's a guy.
He deserves Benrahma. That's not fair.
I mean, he needs some tech. Come on, you got to give him side. You know what I mean?
Ruin him. I don't like it.
Nah, you never know, man. You might get a little. Listen, when he was with Everton, he did still have he had like the one drip, one little salt and pepper. That's about it.
What was Steven Pienaar?
Pienaar.
No. Pienaar was tech, bro.
I think Leon Osman as well.
I lied. Leon Osman played 38 games for Moyes. What are you talking about?
He still had
like 2 goals all season.
He still had
Fellaini and Luis Zaha. No, Peter, no.
But my man finished top 5 with that team. He finished above Liverpool in 4th with that team one time.
Finished top 4, yeah.
Just saying.
How can Mourinho come through and say Moyes has found his new Fellaini?
Literally had
but he's good though.
He's good. But that's his new era. Fellaini. Bit more about him, but still sick. Because you saw at the end, near the end of the game, he literally had Stuchek doing the same thing. Fellaini basically playing him up top.
Listen, yeah, if West Ham finished like mid-table, like between like 8th and say 12th, they've had a good season. Moyes has done a good job.
It's Moise.
It's Moyes. All right, any more, bruv? What about who paid $14.95 for Sheffield United Fulham?
Shout
I have no.
Shout to all the man them there.
Who did?
You know what's funny? Sky came through and said we're not releasing the buy rates because it's sensitive to our information. That's
So it was 612 people. That's why.
Who in their right mind is going to pay for Sheffield United? I'll watch it because I want to see Lookman. I love Lookman in it, so I've got stocks in him. But I'm not paying.
I saw match of the day, bruv. Yeah. First of all, Mitrovic, bruv. How much kilos has he put on since international break? The guy was looking slender before, and I'm seeing pop bellies and all this sort of stuff, buzz cut and everything.
That's your guy.
Big Mick. I know. I was fuming, but he missed the penalty bar. I was gutting.
You had that should have been goals. You missed them.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
And then he gave away a penalty.
Lookman is their best player so far, and I like him. And he's playing Nigeria.
I mean, isn't that his first game?
I don't care. No.
He played against Brentford as well. I think in the League Cup or whatever.
I mean, he came off the bench.
He's played a couple of games. He's the best player, and I like him. So yeah, he's gonna ball up for them.
Hey, watch out for Ruben, bruv. Ruben's coming. Ruben's coming. Don't worry, guys. Huh? Ruben won a penalty.
Go to his other name, bro.
Ruben softest cheeks.
No, well, he didn't do it.
He was the number 10. He was pulling strings. Lookman would have had no space if it weren't for Ruben.
Was doing all the work. You didn't watch the
I didn't watch it.
The work in that team. That's why it's vexed for missing all these shots.
Fair enough.
No chance, man. No chance. But yeah, that was a great game. Who else? Oh, bloody hell, West Brom was 0-0 with who?
No one cares.
Don't care. No, I don't think anyone cares.
That you have to pay for it as well.
Bro, that was the first 0-0 this season.
Before we go to the awards and stuff, though.
Yeah.
Guess who's found a new club at Brighton and Hove FC?
Mensa.
Daniel.
No, it's that guy.
That guy.
Daniel back to yes, Wells. That guy Wells.
And that transfer was low key though. I had no talks, no build up. Bam.
He's a nice guy, man. I like Welbeck.
Bruv,
Welbeck said, I'm not playing in the championship.
That is good for me, man.
Did nothing
That's all
else.
I need. He got the winner against Leicester at the Emirates. That will do it for me, bro.
Else in his Arsenal career.
He was injured.
Absolutely nothing.
He was injured.
In fairness, if Arsenal went on to win the league that year, that would have been some moment.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh,
What a moment that would have been, Adrian. What a moment.
In the words of the great Kanye West, I guess we'll never know.
But was that Valentine's Day as well?
Yeah. Early kickoff as well, bro. Right.
You don't care about you, bro.
Yeah, I like Welbeck though. He's a nice guy.
Bro, he's a blessed dude, bro. That guy. That guy, what? With more power, yeah? Bap, licking shots, bro. Don't. He's going to ruin more. Bro, Aston Villa beating Leicester, bro. Aston Villa, the only team so far that have won all their games.
That was judged, though.
Look at that, 4-4.
Why was it judged, Ernest?
Leicester were never winning that game. But go on.
Why would you judge?
Why judge?
That goal was
Listen, Brendan Rodgers, bruv, to get the sack, fam. I'm waiting, bruv. I can't wait.
I understand. But Barty scored a banger.
There was no judging that. It was just they just happened to get. It was a good goal.
Yeah, good goal.
It was a good goal. By the way, who was the goal of the week?
Lanzini. It has to be Lanzini. Lanzini's goal of the season. I think that might be goal of the season, bro. We're not topping that.
It's gonna be hard to top.
Do you know what was so sad? There was a few contenders, and then he went and pulled that out. It's like, what can you do?
It was me, bro.
Yeah, because Bruno's goal was naughty.
Wait. I've just seen a comment. Yeah, Beat Arsenal Guna said, "I'm keeping my £15 because Green King is showing all the games." Shout out to him in the Green King.
The Green King streams, my friend.
Is that the new thing on the block? Yeah.
Nah, I think it's talking about Green King, the pub.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Get yourself a Green King IPA.
I give it like 3 months, and then they'll be saying, "Oh no, we've changed it to like £5 per game."
I give it
better.
one.
You never know, boy. You never know. Of course, Lanzini is the goal of the week. Who's the team of the week?
West Ham.
No.
Huh?
Yeah, that's a good shot. Aston Villa for their consistency this season. Albeit 4 games. I mean, albeit 4 games, but still clean sheet. 1 at Leicester. What else was impressive? Who else was impressive? You could argue, what's their gums? Southampton.
Nah, man.
Maybe.
No, you can't. You got, in my opinion, yeah, you can't concede 3 goals and get team of the week. unless you win 7-3. That's the only way.
I hear you.
Give it Villa. They look the best and they won it.
Yeah, I'll give it to Aston Villa.
Shout out to Villa. They got a team, man. That midfield is something to play with. Like Douglas Costa, McGinn, Grealish.
Who had as well? Who had looks a bit techy as well?
And then Ollie Watkins.
Anyway, we'll move on.
So far.
David, who's not that guy this week, rude boy?
Who is not that guy, bro? Loads of contenders this week.
The bear.
Loads, bro. We could go Etihad. On the pitch.
Yeah, you skipped something still.
What did I skip?
Player of the week.
Oh, my bad. Let's pump the brakes, David. Let's pump the brakes.
Not that guy, bro.
Who's the player of the week? Player of the week.
I would like to say
Is it shameless? Is it shameless? No. Is it shameless if I say Timo Werner?
No,
Not at all.
not at all.
I'm not gonna lie, Harry Kane.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're talking.
Do you know what I would have said? You know what's funny? I would have said Thiago. I thought Thiago was exceptional.
I thought Hendo was better.
On the Harry Kane thing, though, Harry Kane is what the man keeps saying that Firmino's trying to do, by the way. The whole linking up play. That's Harry Kane. That's
actually scoring goals.
I was lost too. I used to argue Firmino over Kane as well, playmaking. But Kane's even a better playmaker these days.
He's playmaking, he's doing all linking up, all that stuff, and scoring. Like,
Do you know what Harry Kane is, though? He's a number 9. That's what
there, yeah.
The thing is, even if he wasn't, he's exceptional this season. Like, even if he took away his goals, he's still making it happen.
Yeah, he's doing enough.
He's been playing. He's been playing in a DM position most of the games, and he's still running up.
This guy thinks he's Tom Brady, bro.
He needed that rest, though. You see, COVID lockdown. If there's anyone that did a favor, it was Harry Kane, because he was looking like he was 34. All of these niggling knots. He just needed a deep tissue massage, have a break, have a rest, come back again. Because he was looking finished in like February. What?
There was a moment when Mourinho was like, there was a moment when before he got injured where I was looking at this guy like, yo, he must be thinking, I've never ran so much in my life. I've never burnt this many calories in my life. What is this? I'm a number 9. I just bang in the net, bro. Don't give me none of this working hard. What is that all about? I think Harry Kane could win Player of the Week, if I'm honest. Unless there's any exception.
I'm going Timo, man. I'm going Timo. They both got 2 goals and an assist, right?
I think they did, yes.
Yeah, but Kane was more saucy.
What? Did you see?
Yeah, for real.
Kane looked better.
Bro, both of Werner's goals were top tier, bruv.
Kane looked better.
Was more saucy.
What define sauce, bro? I'm confused.
By the way, his assist for Son was mental as well.
Thank you.
Was Werner's assist not mad as well?
Yeah, but it was okay. It was okay.
Man down the channel and passing. Kane's assist was better. Kane's assist was better, but Werner had a flawless game. I'm well within my rights to campaign here.
So words. You can vote Werner.
You lot can lie. I'm voting Werner. How about that?
It's a solid opinion.
Ernest, who are you going with?
Kane.
Robin.
I said Mata. I thought Mata had an exceptional game, so that's my player of the week.
Lola.
Kane.
David.
Abstain.
Huh?
I'm not voting no Tottenham player, bruv. Abstain.
Brat. AD.
Harry Kane it is.
Harry Class A, you know the rest. We got expressions, yeah? So, yeah, Harry Kane is the player of the week. David,
Based
who
on
is
what
that?
match? Wait, I said it was 3-3.
Nah.
One? Three?
Oh, what you got Kane? Peter, I thought you were Werner, Peter. Sorry, my bad.
Nah.
All right, mate. Can I
Shout
do
out SW6. Shout out.
SW6?
Yeah, you ain't moving about.
He knows, bro. David,
Yeah, go through, David. Go through.
Yeah.
yeah, man.
We had plenty of contenders this weekend. Over at the Etihad, we had Bellerin, who got sent to Trafford Station by Sterling. I don't know where.
Bellerin, yeah? You want to talk about Mandem's son, yeah? Arteta's son is Hector Bellerin, bruv, yeah? Moving on, carry on.
No, he's not.
Yeah, generally is, you know.
Plays every game. And when he came to
Man
Arsenal,
looked after him when he was a player as well.
I was gonna say, when he came to Arsenal, yeah, remember Arteta was captain, kept man in the flat. You know what I'm saying? Him and John Terrell. We'll move on. Carry on, David.
Taught him some English.
Taught him English. Taught him the slang.
Ignacy Mikel as well.
We English. Yeah.
Keeps up in the bunk beds.
Man talked about the hair. Do you want to get hair like mine? They both got Lego hair right now. So, bro, anyway.
And you see Bellerin, that weird Cockney thing he's got going on. It makes me laugh.
Do you know who else had it at Arsenal?
Yeah.
Remember Chesney?
Yeah.
Like Chesney had the same thing. Nicholas Bentner, by the way, his book just came out. I was listening to an interview of his, yeah. And bruv, he has got Cockney Danish to a T, bruv. It is weird.
They grew up around Mandem. It's gonna happen.
Do you know who has the weirdest? Do you know who has the weirdest accent in football? Pablo Zabaleta. Like,
oh my god, yeah,
Argentinian and Mancunian at the same time. What's going on?
It is odd. It is very odd.
Continue, please.
Please, David.
Yeah, go to.
We had our manager Arteta himself
100%.
playing William number 9, false number 9, whatever is crap. We can go.
On the left.
We can go to Selhurst Park, the M23 derby. Lewis Dunk. What a shocking talent!
What a shocking talent!
Yeah, that was horrific to be fair.
What's funny? Match of the Day said, "Oh, there was no malice in that challenge." What are you talking about? There was stone cold malice. He went there.
How do you shoot like that?
Yeah, who shoots like that? You think
he deserved a red card for 2 things: either foul play or poor technique. Either way, get off the pitch. Either way.
You know what's so funny? You'd think he was defending to save on the line. He was scoring. Oh, it was a shocking challenge. It was a shocking challenge.
Nothing else needs to be said about what happened at Goodison Park.
No.
Pickford, VAR, just mad. They're going to be a mad team. Who else did we have? Oh, we come down the M1 to London at the Tottenham Stadium. Real Madrid, football heritage at his finest, bro. But not that guy. You have to mess up, bro. You have to have a man. This is why, going out the World Cup, getting 1 point against Costa Rica, Roy Hodgson in there. Job after 1 game, Sam Allardyce. Not that guy. So this brother, yeah, I don't know if you guys heard, yeah. Obviously, he's well connected, knows a couple of famous people. So he goes and delivers a gift to a certain legend. No, it doesn't ring. The story doesn't ring. Oh, snap. Okay, exclusive, bruv.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know. Don't worry. He's a mayor, bruv. Well deserving of not that guy. So this young fella, 21 years old, don't know his full information, but we got the name, so I'll be able to.
All I need.
So this guy's an entrepreneur, sells watches. You get me? So he gets this.
Oh,
he's got celebrity, let me come deliver your watch in it. Let me deliver your watch in it, man. Box and everything, cuz. 2 Tues now, bruv. During the week, bruv. He's been contacted by Test and Trace Blood. Fam, you come into contact with a possible thing. Go get a test. So you're meant to do that. Government rules, self-isolate. No, bruv. This gentleman goes over to the house, yeah? Later on, test positive. Now, this player, Wayne Rooney, this is Wayne Rooney, fan, has later on gone and played against Derby on Friday. Finds out on Sunday via the Sun newspaper. Bedroom. Your friend.
What?
Your friend has tested positive for thing, and he didn't even tell you guys. So imagine, man's around the kids. Colleen can't go on holiday now. Messed up her plan. Her wife is not happy.
Her plan.
Well, Rebecca Vardy did that. There we go.
Oh man.
Now, Wayne Rooney's playing against Watford. Now they might have to self-isolate and that. And so you're not that guy goes, my man. I don't know where you're from, but Josh Bardsley, you're not that guy, fam.
In fairness, he just wanted the 20
guy,
guys.
tested positive for COVID and did not tell, man. Nah.
I know about you, man. Do you know what's farcical? This international break. I was like,
No, you're there.
I'm still there, yeah? No, but you, man, this international break was an absolute farce. It's like a COVID party. How can I come from every corner of the globe, go and meet up in a place, to then come back and come and play with in training on Friday? Absolute ridiculous.
Yeah,
and the fact that it was free.
Ronaldo nearly killed Wolves.
Oh, guys. Man, they told you to self-isolate. You decide to go to Wayne Rooney's house, bro, and deliver your watch, bro. You're mad, bro.
So who was he? Was he a friend of Rooney?
He's a friend.
Some friend he is.
Week, bro.
Idiot.
Go get a test and self-isolate.
COVID.
Man decided.
Well, Rooney tweeted today that he's not got COVID. That's what I heard.
Know. So this was last week. So he's played. The guys delivered the watch. Take a picture, everything. Put it on his Insta. Yeah, look at Wayne Rooney with my watch, bro. Didn't tell him I've been told to isolate because I might have COVID. Later on, test positive. Doesn't even say anything. Wayne Rooney finds out from the Sun. Mate. Hello, mate. Hey, your body has been. Bro, your friend, bro. It's a man thing, bro. So he has to self-isolate, missed about 3 games, I think. He's pissed, bro. He's fuming.
Howler. Absolute howler.
Hey, howler. Yo, Pete, should we do the fixtures for next week or should we wrap?
I mean, we should do the fixtures.
Let's just do Champions League, European fixtures. Yeah, European fixtures, and then we can go.
Who cares about European fixtures? We're not in that. All right.
I mean, you are, but that's not the correct.
Champions League.
You better know yourself, fam.
Who you got Thursday? Gem question. I don't know.
No one cares.
Rapid Vienna, blood.
Oh, okay. Quick trip to Austria.
SW6
really?
positive, still has to miss the games.
Ooh, that is pain.
Because his family's got it. That's a mazine.
They've had an absolute mess.
Yeah.
What go on, bro? Champions League fixtures, bro. That's all I want.
Come on, PSG versus Man United. Come on.
Yeah, go on. Let's start with that. Whilst we know that's the game.
It's the big one.
It's the big one.
Mbappe is going to slap, bro.
He needs to, you know. I'm not trying to hear it because the way Man United beat them last time, I was not happy. I was not satisfied.
You're the 21, bruv. You need to bang, bruv.
If we don't score early, they'll say it's because we don't have the cracking.
Yeah, man. I think
we don't have Lukaku.
Big Rom. You get me? Big Rom. Yeah, I'm going PSG, man. PSG are going to wipe the floor still. Who else is in your group?
RB Leipzig and the new Istanbul team, the 4th.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Turkish champions, bruv. Don't take them lightly.
Mm-hmm. Right. So what, Peter? Because you're not in the Champions League, you don't even know any of the groups. You're not even paying attention to none of this.
I've just seen here.
That's a mad thing.
I'm seeing Don't even trash them shots. You'll be in the Europa League later anyway.
That's not a shot. That's not a shot. That's just how it is. That's real life.
Which I don't see you winning.
That Istanbul team would have been good in 2010, you know.
No, but they're good now. That Istanbul team's good.
No, one second, they've got like Del Clichy, I think, Adebayo,
Yeah.
I think Arda Turan.
Yeah,
They've got names, just got name brands.
Charisma, they had a few dons up there, yeah, still.
Well, they got charisma there as well.
No, they used to, like, as in the aerial naming.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Mad.
They just pump bare money in them, bare peas. Yeah, Chelsea, Sevilla. Anybody got any take on that?
I see Sevilla winning.
Chelsea.
I see a
I
draw.
think Chelsea win that.
I think Chelsea win that.
Yeah, I think Werner scores.
You could say that, boy. I could see.
I think Sevilla win that.
I see
Yeah, I think
Campos.
Sevilla wins.
If Sevilla wins it, it'll be because of Kappa does something stupid.
I hear that.
Yeah. I was gonna come back and be like, no, but then you're right.
It's indefensible.
A good one for the European junkies. Lazio, Dortmund. Not a bad
Jude
fixture.
Bellingham.
Dead game.
My boy.
I see Erling Haaland.
Good game, but mind you, Lazio have had a poor start to the league this season.
I see Erling Haaland turning up, doing his thing, and leaving.
Just
Yeah.
Just
Yo,
bang.
do you know what's funny about Dortmund?
Go
They've
on.
got 3 players that should be Man United players today as we speak.
Oh,
I know that's true. Like, it's so true.
whoa.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not gonna lie, that was a funny statement still. All right, we'll move on to Wednesday. Is anything good Wednesday? Ajax, Liverpool. Oh, nice, tasty.
That'd be fun.
That'd be fun to watch.
Quincy
That'll be-
Promise.
But all the sauce is gone though, isn't it? Van der Beek gone.
What, Quincy? What,
Oh, Quincy. I love Quincy.
Ziyech gone. Come on, man. There's a lot of them gone, man.
I still have they've still got all the tickiness in there. It's just
There's
different.
I'll give you that. There's no all
Is
purpose.
Ryan Babel still there?
It's Ryan Babel still there. You see what I'm saying? I'm seeing him, bro.
The thing
I
is,
remember man come back.
you know what? Ajax of purely youth and vibes with a spice of techiness.
Yeah, so but it'll be fun.
Youth and vibe. You know, that'll be fun though. That'll be fun to watch still. Can Liverpool handle it, bro? Can they handle it? At the
It would be a goal fest.
It'll be,
It's
like,
gonna be a goal.
come up.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun to watch.
It would be like the Leipzig game last season.
I think
I
I'm
mean, the
interested in
Salzburg game last
Bayern
season.
Atletico.
Wait there, bro. Wait there, Robin. Like, man's getting there. You get me? Like, I'm getting. Man City Porto, bro. That could be a banana skin.
No, it's not.
I don't think so, you know.
No,
Listen, City.
Like City deal with them like 2-0.
City deal with them. Comfy.
Interessant.
Every City should be in the group stage.
In the group stage, but
Every year we
there's
say this.
there's always a 4-2. There's always a 4-2 defeat with Man City in the group stage. I'm
Like
just
a Shakhtar Donetsk or a Leon, somebody.
Leon, Shakhtar Donetsk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Them man there.
And then they go top the group. So
They'll win it. It's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter.
Now we can get there, Robin. Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid.
I forget Luis Suarez plays for Atletico Madrid now.
He does indeed.
Atletico.
Like 2-2,
Something like that. I remember
or like 3-2.
his first game he scored. I remember that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
The thing is, he's still deep, you know.
he's still lick shots, bro. What?
Like you don't lose it. You might lose a yard of pace, but that instinct, it never goes away.
Yeah. Finishing, you don't lose either. Like, you will always score, provided you're there. That's the problem. Look at
I can wake Thierry Henry from a deep sleep, put him in a 1-on-1. 8 times out of 10, he's finishing. I can wake him from a deep sleep after eating pounded yam. He'll finish.
You know,
8 times out of 10. 8 times out of 10.
bro, do you know how old friggin' Filippo Inzaghi was in that Champions League final against Liverpool in 2007?
How old was he?
37. He was like 37. The guy,
He's like late 30s, mid to late 30s.
he knew what the net was, bro. That's one thing I have to give it to him.
Speaking of Inzaghi, did you hear what Carlo said? He called
Yeah.
Cavalieri his name's Inzaghi.
Yeah. Just know where to put that ball in the net, blood. Be the box to box.
Because he has no tech, you know.
Doesn't
Stay
need
on
it.
side.
No,
Guy was born offside.
Board offside.
Like his stats on FIFA, he'll have like 47 strength, like 62 pace, 89 finishing. That's it.
But listen,
That's what he needs.
his header against Liverpool was superb. Great leap. It was Duncan Bergen-esque.
No, he's better than everyone. He's the athletically wise, best number 9 in the league. Athletically, not like actual tech, but athletically speaking,
He's
Yeah, but you
grown
can't
so
say
much.
that.
bro.
you can. Who
Grown
else?
so-
Yeah, but like if Usain Bolt was in the league, he'd be the best athletic number 9. What does that mean?
How's he getting his goal? Purely because of
He's not in the league.
Yeah, but I'm saying this stat doesn't mean anything. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying being the athletic
I don't know, you know,
No, it does.
because you see that leap.
That leap is mad. And do you know why?
I mean, he's a good header of the ball.
Arsenal's number 9 and Tommy Everton doesn't make anything. Look at Lacazette and then look at Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Or
Facts.
would you take DLC over Lacazette? DCL, sorry.
Now.
But I'll go to the team now. I'm in the car. I'm picking up DCL right now.
You Arsenal
I'm
fans
bringing
want
it
to
down.
suffer.
Bring
Right,
me.
I can't lie. You see that header, yeah? I didn't really blame Robertson too much because it was Ronaldo-esque. The way man hung in the air, there's not much you could have done, if I'm being honest.
That
I
hang
have to be
time
honest
was,
with you.
the hang time was real.
Nah, you
Hey,
have to
I was in the air for like 5 seconds.
Carlo Ancelotti is a genius. Look what he's done. Look what Carlo has done.
Bro, why is he at Everton? I can't
No,
believe
bro,
it.
let's not say that now. Because 18 months ago, Everton looked too big for him.
Adrian,
What?
He's 23.
Oh, so you're talking about Carlo? I think you're talking about Calvert-Lewin. My bad.
sorry,
gonna
no.
say.
Yeah, I think you're talking about Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, I nearly had a heart attack because I was going to say when the day that Ancelotti signed for Everton, you don't remember me spitting about him not being at Arsenal, mate.
I told you there's a vision, there's a project.
It all depends on it.
Facts. Without
But don't forget,
Huh?
Calvert-Lewin is 23 though, so it could also just be that he's just growing up.
oh yeah,
Bambi
he's grown.
found his face.
Right, Inter Milan, Mönchengladbach, tasty. Inter Milan, it's not easy for them there, man. Easy. I'm going Mönchengladbach, mate.
Who's
Inter
first?
win.
Yeah.
Inter win.
I see
What Zachariah winning them balls, yeah?
Hey, come on, bruv. You know, cuz you know. Right, Europa League. Let's get the Europa League up.
Really, Drew?
Huh?
Really?
Just a quick
Peter,
one.
Peter, can you do me a favor, please?
Yes.
Can you find the most obscure name you can find and then ask the panel to guess what country they're from?
Alright, cool. early at the gate because they came out in the draw quite early. Who is AC Omanoa?
No, Ukraine.
Italy.
Ukraine.
Sounds Cypriot.
Yeah, like I'm talking Mediterranean sides.
They are Greek. You are absolutely right. They are Greek.
Okay.
Omonia. Who is Omonia? They're basically ammonia. Who are they?
The virus.
I don't care. Arsenal,
I say it sounds like a virus, you know.
Arsenal that they drew teams that were like in known European countries. So I don't get that.
Yeah, for real, bruv. You know where Baku is, fam? From time, a flight longer than 6 hours is not a European country. I'm sorry. You can get to Morocco in 6 hours. I'm not having that. It shouldn't be a thing. But anyway,
we got a comment from B Arsenal Guna who said, "Yes, Tammy needs to learn a trick or two from Dom."
Ooh.
Dominic
Yeah.
Calvert-Lewin.
It's fair.
He needs Ancelotti. He needs Ancelotti, bro. If Tammy had Ancelotti, he'd be doing the same as Calvert-Lewin.
Because Calvert-Lewin's technique on his feet are still not good. Like if you watch,
Oh yeah,
his feet are still
whack. Not whack, but it's not great.
yeah. So like, Tammy's better than him, like technically. It's just like Calvert-Lewin's doing.
if Tammy Abraham was at Everton, that would look very nice if there was no Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
I
That
don't
could
know.
look
Carlo could coach him, innit?
Yeah, I think Carlo could definitely. Yeah, definitely. All right, man. That wraps up this week's Top 4 podcast. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Oscar, if there's any other last comments, please go through them. If not, at Top 4 Podcast on the Twitter, at Top 4 Podcast on YouTube, at Top 4 Podcast on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, the lot. Yeah, YouTube's as well. If I didn't say that already, Netflix. Right? Okay.
Wow.
Wow. Are we up? Ernest, are we up? Is there something I don't know?
We don't know about it. You know what I'm saying?
Are we up?
Or £15 on Sky.
Next Monday.
Bro, the movie like it's Prime Tyson versus Lennox Lewis. Who's paying £15 for Sheffield United Fulham? Get out of it, man. It's not even like if it's like Man United versus Liverpool, yeah, you get the man them round. You know what I mean? It's a big game. Get some popcorn. Fulham versus Sheffield United. Even the most ardent fan that hasn't missed a game since 1976, they're not paying for that 15 quid.
Fulham Palace is on box office this weekend.
I might watch that. I'm not paying for it, but I'll watch that.
Fulham Palace.
Streams.
It's like they're asking for streams to thrive.
After Leicester on box office, that's peak.
I don't care. I'll still stream that. I'm not paying for it.
Stream.
Yeah, who's paying? Who's paying?
Arsenal versus Leicester is on TV.
No. And they moved back to 7:15. They moved back to
Oh my gosh!
you have to be on.
For what reason, bro?
That's the game, you know.
I think they were just easing us in. I think as we go further, they're gonna start putting big games on the pay-per-view thing.
Sort your crap out, blood. Are you
I
done,
think
bro?
so as well.
You know what game we're lit to watch this Friday? Yeah, Villa Leeds Friday night again. Box office.
No, man, I'm violating, bro.
Slowly.
Do you know what? Yeah, Villa Leeds will actually be a really good game to watch. I won't lie.
It's not £15.
These men are
I can see that
violating.
being tight, though.
Yeah, it will be tight.
£15.
I want to see if they're brave enough to put like the North London Derby on box office, something like that. See if they'll do that.
Hey, you'll make money there.
Eventually, it's coming.
It's coming.
Fam,
Man. It's
Liverpool,
coming.
Sheffield United box office as well. These men are trying to finesse the thing, but I ain't paying for it, blood.
Do you know what? I had a thought, yeah? Do you think eventually, like when stadiums are full again, they're going to do the box office option for 3 p.m. kickoffs?
Probably.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's not this craziest thing to happen.
I don't think so. But yeah, man, that that wraps up this week's Top 4 podcast, man. Share, like, and subscribe. Big up to everyone in the comment section. Love. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. With that said, people, peace.
Peace.